2, 1, and hi. Does look like we may be alive or live. I don't know about alive. Good morning, Dar. Good morning, Ramen.
Good morning.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
Getting there.
Y'all just, poor Ramen. She's having a rough morning.
It's only days that end in Y.
Oh, last week. Well, first of all, anything new happening in y'all's lives this week that you care to share?
Nothing I can say on air.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Oh, no, it really doesn't. If it were like that, if it gone that way, I'd be so screaming it on the air. But no.
Dar?
Yo. No.
Anything
nothing.
happen you want to share?
No.
No.
My
Okay, sounds
life's
like the
boring, guys.
sounds like the
Boring.
three of us led awful boring lives this week.
We really do.
I mean, for me, it was SSDD.
Yep.
Mhm.
Same
Get
here.
up, stream, go to work,
Same stuff, different
come.
day.
That's right. Morning, Sean. Go to work, come home, go to bed, get up, and try to be ready to stream. As long as my computer don't crash first thing in the just with less than 2 minutes to air time. Okay. So last week we did for Halloween. We did the top 50 of the horror books,
Mhm.
and we're going to do the bottom 50 of the wonderful list today. And just as a reminder, book book one on the list surprised actually surprised all of us was The Exorcist,
Yeah.
with book 2 being Salem's Lot and book 3 It.
Mhm.
And we were all, it seemed like Stephen King ruled the roost.
Well,
And we come all the way down here. The last ones was King again at 44, 45. Lord of the Flies, Dean Koontz, and Rice. Now, this was one of my books that I've read a lot by this guy, Robert McCammon.
that's right. You were talking about it last week.
Right. And then I also thought of another series. I'd gotten him confused as being the author of a Lumley series, Vampire and Vampire World. He just has a whole world universe full of vampires. Then book 50 being The Isle of Dr. Moreau. At least that's how I always pronounced it.
I always pronounced it Moreau, but I don't know
Same.
that it really matters.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it. The book is good. I don't think I've ever seen a good version of it in film, though.
God, no.
Yeah.
So, all right. And we're going to take a look at number 51.
No, I saw that. I saw it. You scrolled.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This
will get Ramen's blood running this morning.
Oh, yeah. I love this book so much. This is like my favorite book ever.
Ever.
Nobody's talking to you. Sorry.
Whoa.
Not you. My daughter. She heard mommy flip out. She's like, what? Sorry. I love this so much. It's not a scary book, though. It's not really scary.
It's disturbing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's his. He calls it his Coke and Booze book. And I mean, fuck it. It's been like 30 years. If aliens scare you, then yeah, it'll scare you. But
now, it wasn't the aliens themselves, because I don't remember if you ever actually see them.
not alive.
Okay, right. But it was the possession of the entire city,
Yeah.
of the entire town,
Yeah.
that was scary. I mean, the typewriter scene alone,
Oh, I love that.
that in the book was just like, oh my God.
I think one of the saddest things is when she's dying and she thinks about the greatest book she ever wrote, and then she realizes she didn't think she wrote it. She literally died making this book, and it wasn't even hers.
Right. But
You know,
now here's where I like the movie a lot more than I like the book. I
how
like
can you?
I like the miniseries a lot more than I like the book.
Oh my God!
And I knew that's where I was going to make Ramen mad at me.
I'm not mad. I'm just really disappointed, and I can actually say that unironically today. Wow, that's
It's just the king with his elephantitis. There are
true.
so many parts of the book that, for me, just dragged.
Yeah, because he's like flipping out on like everything. That was his platform to scream about the world at that point. You know, his conspiracy theories, and the funny thing is that if he hadn't lost his fucking mind recently, he'd fit in with the rest of us with the election being stolen and all of the other things that people have been saying, and the government's after our kids, and all of the stuff floating out there. He'd fit in perfectly with the rest of us.
He's gotten sober, and he's afraid of going down that path again, huh?
He's not a good writer anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh no, he's not.
Somebody buy that poor bastard a 6-pack, because I can't read the shit he's putting out now.
I haven't been able to read anything from him since halfway through the Dome.
I didn't even get that far, but I love it's just he's got so much in it, and his government conspiracy theories and the power company theories and pollution, and they touch on that government agency and Firestarter, and it's really relevant today in a lot of ways. I think if you go back and reread it. Plus, I mean, it's a movie. I mean, you could say, oh, it's about children, or it's about this. It's really a movie about best friends. I mean, what would you do for your best friend? How far would you go for them?
Right.
And I'm a sucker for that. So,
What'd you think of it, Dar?
I'm going to have to agree with Ramen on this one.
I'm used to you two being wrong.
Oh, wow.
Call me wrong, whatever. But
shots fired.
Yeah, but at least I wasn't in the Air Force, so that's good.
Oh shit! It's getting real up in here.
Yeah. So we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
No, I want to hear more.
So how do you agree with Ramen on this?
Well, again, it's not really a horror book so much but it is very suspenseful, and it is kind of creepy, but it's not really a horror book. And I agree, the book is much better than the miniseries. So
the casting, I just couldn't.
Oh, you didn't like the porn star being cast as the star of the movie?
I love her in any Stephen King book. I was talking about what's his name. I forget his fucking name with Gardner. But then I just walked all over whatever Dar was saying, so I'm gonna shut up now. And sorry, Dar.
Oh, you're good. I'm done.
Now, the casting. What was wrong with who didn't you like in it?
The guy that played Gardner, and he was from LA Law. I can't remember his fucking name.
Okay, yeah. I know who you're talking about
And he's so hot, and I would watch him in anything, but this is just fucking wrong. To me, anyway.
Let's see here.
Help me out. I can't remember his goddamn
Jimmy
name.
Smits.
Thank you. Yeah, he was not cast well.
Yeah. Oh, Marge Heldenbarger was in the movie.
I love her. I thought she was great.
Oh, so do I. She's my Marge. Yes.
George Heldenbarger is hot. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Right. Even in CSI, she was hot.
The first time I saw her was in China Beach.
Yeah.
Joanna Cassidy was in it. Joanna Cassidy was hot too. She was very attractive.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. I don't remember. I think what's her name?
Tracy Lords. They brought her into this.
I think she was in the mailroom or something.
Yeah, Tracy Lords was in the mailroom. She was the she played a hooker in that movie, just like she referred to her porn actress days.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they could remake it now, but it's such a huge book. They would lose like a lot. Although a lot of that's internal dialogue, they would still lose a lot trying to make it. It would have to be another miniseries.
They would have to do it like they did The Stand, or like they're redoing Dune now, to where it had to be a 2-part movie or a 6-part miniseries to do it real justice. So this would have to be something that would take 4 to 6 hours of screen time to properly present.
Oh yeah.
So, and like I said, the movie I could watch a lot easier than if I was given a choice between watching the movie or rereading the book. I'd take watching the miniseries, watching the 2-part show.
Yeah,
because it kept the main part of the book and got rid of a lot of the stuff I found that I thought was just needed to be edited out. But again, that's just me. Okay. The Heart-Shaped Box, a novel.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I.
I thought that was a Nirvana song.
It is.
Okay.
So they likely took it from the song and not the other way around, because this is from 2007.
Yeah, hard to say. Who wrote it?
Stephen King's kid. Joe Hill.
Is that King's Kid?
Isn't he?
I have no idea.
I think he is.
I know nothing.
I have no idea. I barely remember that he's married to Tabitha King, and she wrote a couple of books that left me.
Yeah, it's his kid.
Yeah. Oh, Joseph Hillstrom King, better known pen name. Yeah, he even looks like his dad. He went and grew the beard and combed his hair in the way his dad combed his hair.
Fuck my life.
That is, come on, people. Just because you're related to somebody famous, that doesn't mean you have to look like them.
I'm going to end you, boy.
Okay. You see this picture of him over here?
I Googled this. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
That is a young Stephen King. That picture over on the right.
Yeah, and Joe, yeah. Nobody wants to see this early in the morning. I'm sorry.
Well, at least he's not naked.
Oh,
We got
God,
that going
thanks.
for us.
Yeah, thanks. I'll never eat again.
Okay, well then, Dean Koontz, Strangers.
No.
This is a new one on me. I mean, I've read Dean Koontz. I like Dean Koontz, but I'm no fan of Dean Koontz. Not to the point where I got to read his next book.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, Stephen King again. Everything's eventual. This was, short stories.
I do love his short stories.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so which stories are included in this? Okay. Everything's eventual. Here we go. And that's talking about the story itself. So back up. Trying to find a list of the stories that's in there. Okay, here we. Oh, okay. Now I remember some of these stories.
Okay.
And I'm getting ready to pull it up now. Let's see here. You guys should be able to see it now. All That You Love Will Be Carried Away. Autopsy Room 4. Of course, Everything's Eventual. In the Death Room. And Lieutenant's Theory of Pets.
The road virus goes north. Heads north. That was a really good one.
Oh, Room 1408. I missed that one. Yeah, I remember these.
I don't remember any of them. So that is probably, I'm going to state that I have not read those. So,
all right, let me see how that opens up. Okay, yeah, it doesn't open up into telling you what this.
The road virus heads north is the one where the guy got the painting, and it was depicting his death in a horrific way, and he couldn't get rid of it. No matter what he did, it was good. Good morning, Jaeger. Good morning, Rebel. Air Force is still better than Navy. Oh.
yeah, Useless needs to slow his roll a little bit.
Let's see here. Little Sisters of Illyria is straight out of his
Dark Tower.
Dark Towers.
Yeah.
Riding the Bullet.
I kind of remember that one. I keep going back to the Ballad of the Flexible Bullet, and I know that's not it.
Man in the Black Suit's good.
I don't remember that one either.
Man in the Black Suit is out of either Buick 88 or... Yeah, I want to say it's out of Buick 88.
No.
No?
No. It's literally... Wait, we're talking about the Man in the Black Suit.
Right.
Yeah, he meets some kind of guy, and a little boy meets a guy in a black suit that scares the hell out of him because he's either death or the devil or something.
Yeah, wasn't that out of one of the other stories, one of his other longer works?
I don't think so. You're probably thinking of Hearts in Atlantis because of low men in yellow coats.
Okay, yeah, you may be right.
Autopsy Room 4 is pretty good. The guy got bit by a snake and nobody realized it. He was paralyzed and they were going to do an autopsy on him. Yeah,
while he was still alive.
Yeah, his eyes are open. He can't blink. He can't do anything.
Oh. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah, that was a creepy story.
It was really good. It's one of those blink and the guy would have been doomed forever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those buried alive. A nice riff on being buried alive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's his short stories were usually much better, and his novellas were usually much better than his novels got to be there towards the end of what you and I both consider his career.
Mm-hmm. Dean
Koontz and King rule this list. Twilight Eyes, I've got nothing.
I love me, children. And they said that out loud.
Neither one of y'all got anything on it either?
Never heard of it.
Nope.
The Dark Half.
Oh, there we go. It was okay.
This was the one with the guy that him and his twin brother. He had absorbed his twin brother.
I think this is the one. That's Basket Case. I saw that movie.
Oh no, not Basket Case. Or I mean, where
his character.
I remember a miniseries or a movie or something with a bunch of crows attacking a house.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the movie. I do. I'm pretty sure this is the one where the writer's character is coming out of the book and doing stuff. This might be
right. That we're both thinking about the same thing.
Okay. He did a couple like that. One was the character, one was something else. I don't remember now.
Let's see here. A 1993 movie. Yeah, with Timothy Bottoms in it.
Okay. I didn't see it.
I do remember that movie.
Yeah. That's right, because he was burying George Stark.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Let's see here.
Yeah, that was during the Timothy Bottoms was in a lot of movies.
Right, and George Romero directed it. Yeah, there's the crows that I remembered seeing.
I need to watch this because I probably saw it and I don't remember it.
Well, let's see here.
Yeah.
If I remember right, it was pretty forgettable.
Data, we started this list before Halloween and didn't finish it, so we're finishing it today.
Oh, good morning, Jaeger Pony. Useless Rebel, good morning. Oh, yeah, you're right, Useless. If we don't harass each other, something's wrong. Let's see here. I didn't share the audio, so I'll share the audio this time.
Yeah, Room 1408 was a movie, Sean. Not great, but it was okay.
No, Useless is an Army vet there, Data.
Thad Beaumont has a secret.
I know all about it.
A piece of himself he keeps hidden.
You just don't want to give up George. You become attached to him.
Locked away until he needs it.
These behaviors could be interpreted as schizophrenia.
Away from the light, safe in the shadows.
I wrote those words, and I have no recollection of doing it.
But sometimes secrets take on a life of their own. Thad Beaumont thought he didn't need George Stark anymore.
The American way of death.
That's it.
He served his purpose. Time to lay him to rest. But George is not about to go quietly.
You really don't realize what you're like when you write those books, do you? It's like watching Jekyll turn into Hyde.
We're here to question you in connection with a capital crime. Evidence says you did it.
George Stark has somehow come to life.
Hello, George.
I can come closer to believing a ghost story than this. You're talking about a man who never was.
He wants to take over your life. Can't you see that?
Based upon a book by Stephen King comes George A. Romero's masterful vision of a nightmare come true.
Are you ready? Just waiting on you.
The Dark Half.
Okay, I think I really need to see this movie now. Saw young Michael Rooker in there. Damn.
Yeah, looked a lot different back then, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now I remember a lot. Okay, you're right. I was thinking of Basket Case there for a second. I got the two stories mixed up in my mind.
Those were fun movies.
But yeah, that was yeah, you'd enjoy the movie. It for me is a once and done type movie.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't something I'd go see again. It's not a The Stand. Let's put it that way. Okay, Intensity by Dean Koontz again. Nothing.
You know, either I'm going to start reading a lot more Dean Koontz, or there's a lot of people out there that think he's a really good writer. I'm not sure which it is.
Let's not get hasty now.
Yeah, well.
Whispers by Dean Koontz.
Jesus Christ.
You notice how they list a lot of these as children's literature.
Yeah,
How?
I don't get that.
I don't either. But The Terror by Dan Simmons. Oh, this sounds interesting.
Huh.
A 2007 novel is a fictionalized account of Captain Sir John Franklin's lost expedition of Erebus and Terror to the Arctic.
They made a TV show about that, The Terror.
That looks interesting. I may have to read this one.
Yeah, you will, because they did a TV series called The Terror.
Oh, did they?
Based on this book, yes. And I watched a couple episodes and I was like, yeah, this is really, really kind of intriguing. Now that I know that it's a book, I'll go read the book, because it started off kind of good, but so I'm thinking the book's got to be better than the series.
So the TV series, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like on TBS or one of those.
Okay, here we go. I found it on Wiki. The season begins with the Royal Navy's polar expedition to the heading south towards King William Island. Let's see if they got anything here that makes it. Let's see. Jared Harris is Captain Francis Crozier, Tobias Menzies, Paul Reddy, Adam Naglatis. It's got a whole bunch of, I have no idea who they are, actors in it.
Yeah, and sometimes that's either a really good sign or a really bad sign.
Yeah.
Most time, though, it's a good sign.
You can flip a coin on it.
Like I said, I did watch the first couple episodes and was intrigued by it. So,
well, it ran for at least two. Well, it ran for 2 seasons.
Yeah, the second season didn't really make much sense.
So,
but yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking I might give this one a perusal.
yeah, I'll have to check that one out. Add that to my list, ever-growing list. War of the Worlds. Finally, something by H.G. Wells.
Yeah, see, I think that's actually. I think the War of the Worlds is actually a much scarier book than some of the other ones on the list.
War of the Worlds was not scary in and of itself unless you listen to the radio drama.
Yeah. That was like Orson Welles is the man. He was the man.
Yes. Now the radio drama, which I have, it is creepy as hell. And they did it on Halloween night, and they were so realistic in it that it actually caused a very large regional panic.
Yep.
In the country.
Oh yeah.
So, if you've never reading the book is one thing, or the story is one thing, listening to H.G. Wells's radio show is, I mean, it brings it to life like the movies can never do it. None of the movies ever did it. And I absolutely detested the Tom Cruise version.
Yeah. Well, I've seen worse, but I didn't mind. I actually kind of liked that movie, but not as an adaptation of the War of the Worlds.
Maybe if they'd named it anything else, I would have liked it better.
Yeah, if they called it something else, it would have been completely better.
Battle of the Planets.
Well, they could have named it almost anything.
Well, I mean, it's like Keanu Reeves' version of The Day the Earth Stood Still. All right.
Yeah, if it had been named anything else, it would have been a much better movie.
Right. Because the title makes you sets certain expectations. So, but yeah, I mean, this deserves to be on here.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, I didn't think it was that scary as a book until I listened to the radio show. The Damnation Game. Clive Barker.
I need to look into that.
It was written after his first trilogy of the Books of Blood. So this is probably a continuation of the Pinhead books. Clive Barker is a fine writer. Not great writer. He's a fine writer. Carrion Comfort.
No. It's that same guy from earlier, though.
Yeah, Dan Simmons.
Carrion
The
Comfort.
Lottery. Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's a good one.
The Lottery, we did this one in 6th grade. We actually put on a play based on this.
Oh, wow.
On The Lottery in 6th grade. I remember it quite well because I was in the play.
Oh.
Yeah, The Lottery was good. And for a 6th grader, it was scary as hell.
I bet it was.
I have not read it since, but yeah. It belongs on this list.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and it's probably appropriately placed, but it belongs on the list. Did you ever read it, Dar?
I can't say as I ever have.
Yeah, like I said, my school, the school district I went to, they were very well. I mean, we did this and the Red Badge of Courage the same year.
Yeah. See now, Red Badge of Courage was quite enjoyable.
So, but there's still books, so I mean, that we read them in 6th grade. Those stories. So the school had a very strong literary bias to it. You had to read books to get through it.
Yeah.
That again, I'm talking 6th grade. That'd been about 1972. So a lot of changes since then. Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum.
Oh God, no. It's actually based on a true story. No, it's fucking horrible.
As in, no, avoid it at all cost, or what?
It's well written, but it's kind of like A Child Called It. I don't know if you read that one.
It's
Okay,
familiar.
it's basically it was a long time ago, like I don't know, 40s, 50s, whatever. And this family, they sent the two sisters, the two girls, to live with some people temporarily. And the older sister ends up being systematically tortured in the basement. And pretty much most of the kids in the neighborhood know about it and watch it. And yeah, it's fucking horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, I really related to that on such a fucking level because everybody in my neighborhood knew what was happening to me. And they all, when I got out, they were all like, I'm so sorry. I would have said something, but those people are fucking crazy. And I got kids of my own. I'm like, yeah, I know, but still, So yeah, I can't read that book again. No. It's kind of horrible in the way that The Lovely Bones is, or A Child Called It, or whatever, yeah.
Right.
One of those, I read it one time and that's it.
Okay.
Good morning, Becca.
Sort of like Flowers in the Attic.
Oh, I love the fuck out of Flowers in the Attic. Are you kidding me? You knew it was fiction. You knew it wasn't based on anything in reality. And oh my God, we traded it was like a black market trade in junior high. We were just like, yeah, man, you got the next one, man. And we're all jonesing for that shit.
I'm surprised they never really made a movie out of that.
They did a miniseries. They did actually like 10 years ago or whatever.
Oh, they
I don't know. Yeah, it actually wasn't bad. The problem is, okay, they didn't have the swan bed. It was like that swan bed was like practically a fucking character in those books. And
yeah,
when they did it, it was just
they really had to probably go a long way to avoid the incest issues.
Not as much as you'd think. I mean, they didn't like get really graphic with it, but it was there. But that fucking bed, all they managed to do was like something out of a Hallmark movie. It was like just a metal headboard with a swan imprinted on it, which was absolutely not what the fuck it was. I got it literally in the shape of a swan. So no, that I was so mad about that. I was real salty. But it had Kieran Shipka from Sabrina and Mad Men as young Kathy, and Heather Graham as the mom. She's really
Heather Graham.
Wasn't
she awful young to be playing the mom?
No, she's getting older, man. We still picture her as this young hot thing in Bubble Boy and all those other cute little movies she did. But the older she gets, she's getting really good. Like she was in The Stand as Rita Blakemore.
Right.
Yeah.
And she, that was probably the only person I liked in that movie. She was really good in that. But yeah, she's fucking great, man. I love her. Up until like they started getting into the later books are fucking horrible when they try to cover it.
Yep. I read at least 3 of the books.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was those were strange reads. I didn't know if
Oh,
those books were. I enjoyed them. I just like, why am I enjoying this book? I really shouldn't be enjoying these
Schadenfreude, yo.
books. You know,
Other people's misery, man.
Uh,
Plus it ties into the whole like wanting revenge for things that have been done to you, which who doesn't like revenge? So,
yeah, that's true. But still, it's like,
Nah, man, it was fucking awesome. And down in our hearts, we're all very judgy people.
yeah.
So we're judging the so-called protagonist, and we're judging her mom. We're judging everyone in these fucking books. So
Yeah. Judging the grandparents.
everybody, man, nobody's safe. It was a miniseries. Yeah, that was oh god, the fucking last couple episodes of that miniseries were fucking awful.
Okay.
Relic.
And watch, we're going to find Flowers in the Attic.
I
down
hope
here,
we do, because that was
down
some good
on the
shit.
list somewhere.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet.
It was real gothic.
Yeah, I think
Southern
that
Gothic.
book. I think what got me is the book was set in the time period that it was in. It was set in modern day and not.
It was like the 50s and 60s it started in.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, that book. I think I might have enjoyed it better if it had been set in the 1800s.
Maybe.
A little further displaced in time.
Well, she did try to frame it as an idyllic childhood where everybody's perfect and, the whole cookie cutter tiny neighborhood with the tiny houses and,
It's almost Stepford Wives neighborhood.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of. Yes, thank you. Oh, man.
But
I still got "Eat the Cookie, Mother" ringing in my head from fucking Christy Swanson, man. That was some good shit. I mean, it was a shitty movie, but it really worked. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving on. I'm sorry. I was just.
That's all right. I mean, all three of I'm just like this. I mean, how many times have I gone off track on some of these books?
Poor Darcy. They're going to tell me when it's over.
No, I'm not. Oh,
It's curly shit. Oh yeah, it's really.
I'm writing in chat, so.
Then we have
I'm keeping myself entertained.
We got Relic by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. I've read this one.
Oh, any good?
Because I remember this. Well, I don't remember the book, to be honest. But I remember the Special Agent Pendergast series.
Oh. Okay.
And it was, let's put it this way. I don't remember hating it. Okay. So that means I must have enjoyed it at some level. It's not one, popped in my mind like Flowers in the Attic just did, even though I haven't read it since, read that book since the 70s.
Yeah.
I don't really remember this one that much. 1995. This may have been a book that I kept in my field jacket pocket to read during exercises and such. So. Oh, God. I forgot about this book.
No.
This belongs on the list. Cabal by Claude Parker. It's short stories.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, yeah, it's which one was that? Think of Stephen King's 4 Past Midnight.
Okay.
How short stories sort of intertwine with each other.
Okay.
That's the way this is.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, Clive Barker's a good writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So World War Z.
No, didn't even see the movie.
I did. Max Brooks. My introduction to Max Brooks was when he had a zombie gun built on one of these gun shows.
Oh yeah.
And then turned out, the gun show only lasted a couple of seasons because of family issues.
A zombie gun? Can you go into some detail?
It was a contest between him and somebody and these guys to build what would be the most effective zombie killing gun.
Damn.
In a post-apocalyptic world, of course, and I remember he went with a 22 with 100-round magazines because he felt that the 22 being, all you need to do is penetrate the skull to kill the zombie, and he felt why go 22 round would be more plentiful to find than any other round, and being as all you need to do was penetrate the skull to kill the zombie, why go for more power than what you need, especially since you can have a 100-round drum magazine versus a 30 or 40 round magazine for almost any other caliber.
So he went practical.
Right.
See, I got it.
Not only that, but 22 is lighter to carry around and all that too.
Right.
Less recoil, less noise.
See, I'm not gonna lie. When you said zombie gun, my mind immediately went to either a gun shaped like a zombie or something more of a cannon that would actually shoot zombies out of it. That's where my mind is this morning. I'm sorry.
Well, that makes sense. That is actually pretty funny.
I'm so fucking right.
All right, you got me laughing so hard I had to cough there. All right, good morning, Becca. I'm sorry.
I smell toast burning. I'm probably having a stroke.
Let's see here. But yeah, I watched the movie.
I did.
And I enjoyed it was a movie. It was a good popcorn flick. I didn't read the books, but it was a zombie flick. What more can you say?
Right? I know they tried to make a game out of it at one point, but I don't think it did too well either.
Yeah, no. The Ruins.
That sounds like it was a movie, but I'm not sure.
It was.
Tell us about it there, because it's not ringing a bell.
Yeah, so these guys, they found these ruins in the jungles of South America, and they were haunted by people that had lived there. Was not a very entertaining movie at all. It was kind of boring. Because I didn't get all the way through it. I tried.
I think it had something to do with the plants.
Yeah. I don't know. I could go back and try to watch it again, but not.
It was not a great movie. Stupid white people rule the day. You know how it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, we'll just walk into this and see what happens. I'm wondering if the book would be better because, I doubt it. I'm just thinking, this is kind of one of those things where some people would find it quite interesting. But
I'm reading the plot to the movie, and it sort of reminds me of, what was the predecessor to Indiana Jones?
Alan Quartermain?
Thank you. It sort
Yeah.
of reminds me of an Alan Quartermain movie in a way.
Yeah. Has a lot of the same elements, but just not as interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of almost like,
Carnivorous vines and such like that. Yeah.
yeah, it's like take a really scary premise and add global warming to it, and there you go.
Ah. All right.
The Earth fights back. Whatever.
And speaking of the Stepford Wives,
No.
yes.
Fucking A.
All right.
Hell yeah, man.
That should be higher on the list.
It should.
Stepford Wives was creepy as.
Wait, wasn't Ira Levin the one that did Rosemary's Baby?
Yes.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
See, the Stepford Wives, much like Rosemary's Baby, that is, not so much horror, but it is
Kind of campy. Oh yeah, it's really
creepy as hell. And if you really think about it, I mean, it's suspenseful in all the right ways, but without being overly graphic.
And then you see the end and you're like, oh.
It makes you look at your neighbors differently.
Make you look at a lot of things differently.
Oh, yeah.
Can't just say your neighbors.
Well, I mean, the Stepford Wives, the book itself, makes you look at your neighbors like, okay, is this really that perfect of a neighborhood?
Well, Rosemary's Baby will do that to you, too. Except me,
Yes.
I kind of read that and I was like, I knew it! I fucking knew it, It's not just me.
Yeah, she wasn't as crazy as they were making her out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Stepford Wives does a lot of that same, thing, right? You go, no, nothing could be this.
Dealing with paranoia
what's
and
going on?
conspiracies and shit, yeah.
Yeah,
They tried to do a remake and it sucked so bad.
Yeah, see, that's one of those things, you just can't mess with, remakes are not always a good thing.
It could have been. The problem is, it was Matthew, what's his name from Ferris Bueller, and Nathan Lane and Glenn Close, and it started out good. Like the beginning and the end were both good, but it was like watching two different movies that got switched up in the middle.
That is actually a good way of putting it.
No, because they started out very kind of faithful to the original movie, which was great. Yay. But at the end of the movie, they changed the whole thing. It looked like they were really going with the beginning, and it looked like they cut a scene out where they transitioned into this whole other ending. It was just very sloppy, and I can't help but wonder if at some point during the film they just changed the whole script and didn't refilm anything, just kept going. That last Ghostbusters was kind of like that.
I didn't watch the last
Ghostbusters?
My kids wanted to see it. Don't judge me.
We're not judging. I'm just saying.
Oh, what? You speak for yourself. I'm judging.
See,
I'm judging hard. Oh. But I will. Yeah, if you did it for the kids, man, you took one for the team. All right.
Actually, the second half of Ghostbusters, where they were actually fighting ghosts and having special effects and shit, if they had kept that through the whole fucking movie, it would have been a perfect movie. Because the last quarter or half of the movie was actually pretty good. But,
I'll take your word on it.
Yeah. I mean, I
know.
There's some movies when they get the actors and the actresses out there and they start opening their traps before the movie.
I just blame the director. I do.
That they turn around then at that point and say, okay, you're not getting any of my money for this movie. I'm sorry, but sorry, not sorry. You're not getting any of my money.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
You all right?
Oh, I'm fine. Captain Marvel.
You know, it actually kind of appropriate. The Stepford Wives ended up at 69.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah, I
say
didn't even
that.
notice
I
that.
didn't catch
Damn.
that. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Well, okay.
Oh yeah, Becca.
The jokes
Oh,
write themselves at this point.
oh yeah. That new one, I don't know either. That one kid, he's in every fucking thing ever since he started in Stranger Things. I swear to God. I don't know if I'm
Yep.
going to watch. My son wants to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I'm a little gun shy after the last experience, so I'm kind of not sure about it myself.
I like the premise.
Yeah, exactly. But is
Yeah,
the execution going to be any good? That's the question.
Yeah, and I mean the idea of it, you know, the kids of the guys getting together and continuing it on. The premise sounds good, but you know, the thing that scares me is explaining away how they find working models of everything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, that equipment sat there for 30 years, 40 years, and all of a sudden it still works.
And they can power it up. They have power sources and shit. Mm-hmm.
Right. So.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. For me, I like the premise, but I don't think the execution is going to be any good.
No, I think they're going to take the cheap way out too many times.
Yeah.
So that's why if I do watch it, it'll be like a DVD rental.
Yes.
A $2 rental off of Vudu.
Well, I've got HBO Max. It'll probably be there at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be on one of the network TV shows, and it'll be like those rainy Sunday afternoons when you got nothing better to do. That's kind of how I feel about it.
So, and Dan Simmons is back on with Summer of Night. Dan Simmons is showing up here on the bottom half of the list quite regularly.
It sounds like a vampire book.
Bottom of the list. Just saying.
So.
But then again, it all depends on who made this list.
Right. Well, I mean, come on. They got the Stepford Wives at 69. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's probably some good books here on the bottom half of the list. Just like the other list we found, you know, there's other books that is like, what the hell is this doing so low?
Okay, so here's one thing I'm gonna just throw out there, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, which I'm sure you will. But
no, we're too shy to do that.
Yeah, right. So I've noticed on this list, especially towards the bottom, there's a lot of British horror. And as I've said before, the Brits, what their idea of horror and what the American idea of horror are two totally different things. So that being said, take that with a grain of salt with these Dan Simmons books, just saying.
Oh, okay.
Well, Dan Simmons is an American author, so.
Okay.
All right. The Invisible Man.
Oh, wow.
I can see it being considered horror, especially for the time period that it was written in.
Yeah. Yeah, for the time period, it would be horror. For today's standards, not so much.
And I wish it was higher on the list.
Me too.
Because this book here it should almost be required reading in any high school literature class. Because he packs so much. H.G. Wells packs so much more into his stories than just the story itself. He was interpersonal relationships were really big in his stories if you think about it.
Yes, they are.
I mean,
Well,
the Time Machine. I mean, you can't read the Time Machine without going, figuring out the interpersonal relationships between different groups.
well, again, H.G. Wells, a lot of commentary on society,
right,
in those books and everything he writes. Yeah.
Well, he was a communist, though, so
Yeah. Well, I'm a huge fan of H.G. Wells because, reading The Time Machine, The Invisible Man, can't say as I agree with everything he said, ever said or did, but I am a huge fan of his writing.
yeah. In fact, I just finished listening to this book here about 3-4 months ago, and it still holds up very well today. The voice actor did a wonderful job reading this book.
Yep.
Okay. There's been a ton of movies and rip-offs of this made. There's been a couple that have been very faithful, and then some of them that just took the idea and ran with them.
Yes.
So
the original black and white one was really good.
That's the one I'm thinking of as being the best one.
Yeah.
But I will have to say I really appreciated the TV series that had okay, let's see here. Trying to remember the guy's name. He played Ducky on NCIS.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know exactly who. Why can't I remember his name now? So he was
David
also
McCallum.
a man from.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, baby.
David McCallum.
He was also a man from Uncle.
Right. Well, I figured most people would know him from Ducky.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot of people our age in our audience here.
But now, Man from Uncle was where he played the Russian.
Yes.
That was a great series. I mean, I loved it growing up. But the TV series, though, with David McCallum in it, I thought was very great. I thought it was a good series.
Well, and David McCallum's a good actor, so
right.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good series.
So, but yeah, this is a book I think anybody and everybody should read at least once in their life.
Yeah, at least once. Well, it kind of it's one of those things that it broadens your horizons.
Mm-hmm. But and since it's all told from his aspect.
Yeah, from his point of view.
Right. And you see the slowly deteriorating mind.
Yeah, that's the part that really, it's not the fact that he gets invisible or anything, but it's that aspect that really makes it creepy and interesting.
Right. I mean, he's visibly going insane.
Yep.
But the way he described the cat incident.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, that just made me mad. I like cats, and that just made me mad.
Yeah, some parts of it are kind of hard to read just because of the descriptions.
Right.
It's like, did you really have to go there? But
he went there, but then for 1897, think about it. This is a book written over almost 200 years ago.
Yeah.
And it still has the shock value today that it had back then. Could you imagine the shock value that book had back then?
Wow. It was, I could see it being banned and people going to court over it and every other thing.
So, Yeah, it's a wild book. Well
It
worth
is.
to read.
You know, the latest Invisible Man movie that came out?
Oh God. I saw all I saw was the previews of it, and I avoided it like the plague.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, if that premise and what happened in that movie, if they had renamed it to something else, it actually was kind of a good movie. It was the ultimate revenge thing going
Right.
on. And if they had named it anything else, it would have been a pretty good movie.
Now the
Just saying.
Kevin Bacon movie.
Yeah.
Where he's a scientist with the group of scientists in the underground thing.
Yeah, and they're experimenting with near death and all that.
And they're doing the gorilla. They turn the gorilla invisible.
Yeah.
That was a fun movie to watch.
It was.
But
I'm not even a huge Kevin Bacon fan. But
Kevin
that
Bacon's
was
just a fun actor to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It showed him going. It showed him doing the same kind of mental descent into.
It did.
Madness.
Yeah, you could almost see that being. The one with Kevin Bacon, I would almost call it bringing it into modern times.
Okay, yeah, I can see it.
That's the way I feel about it, but because it wasn't that true to the book or anything.
Oh God, no.
But it was like if you took the premise from the book and brought it into modern times, I would say, yeah, it was a fun watch.
Did you watch it, Ramen?
Nope. Okay, I'll get it for you. Nope. I do like Kevin Bacon, but no. I said okay.
Okay, yeah, you need to watch that when you get a chance.
Good luck with that.
Hey, speaking of which, I'm gonna regress here a little bit.
Sure.
But remember last time we were talking about the Lost Boys?
Yeah.
Well, you know what was on Friday night on TV?
What?
The Lost Boys.
Yay!
So I sat and
It's
watched
fucking
it.
classic.
The whole time I was watching, I was thinking of Ramen and Becca. So
damn.
And the conversation and all that. I wasn't thinking about, let's not get weird here. Let's not get in that sick and twisted mind of yours.
Hey!
Ramen would probably enjoy it if some. Never mind.
Hey! Hey! I'm a good girl, damn it.
See, I didn't go there. I'm just saying.
I can't believe I went there aloud.
I can.
My life now.
I'm sorry.
This is so wrong.
I think he's been hanging around that
Becca,
hotel
name
too
the
long.
day. I've got it. Just name the day and I'll hook you up, man. Just saying. Oh my God. I've never read this one.
The House of Leaves.
Nope, never heard of it.
And the name's not ringing a bell either.
Nope.
Says it was a bestseller from 2000.
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
Shutter Island.
Another one I have not read.
Yes. I must have. I saw the movie.
Yeah, I did see the movie.
No.
And it's one of those ones I think I need to read it now. Because those kinds of movies because those kind of stories are hard to translate onto film.
Well, they did a good job. I mean, I enjoyed the movie.
Oh, so Becca says difficult to read but awesome.
Shh, yes, I'm in a call. Oh my God.
So, yeah, I think I need
she's
to read
read
it.
House of Leaves. Talk to us about the House of Leaves there, Becca.
House of Leaves will never be read the same way twice. Great book. Well, so based on that, might have to add it to the list.
Okay.
So what do we got next?
All right, what's next? What's next here? Michael Crichton, Jurassic Park.
That's actually a surprise. Okay.
Good book. Good movie. Don't know that I would say it's horror.
Agree.
Of course, I like Michael Crichton's books.
I do too. I can't remember which one the first one of his I read, but I know I read it early in his career. I know I had to read it back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Well, I know the first Crichton book I read was The Zoo or something. Yeah, The Zoo.
What? For some reason, I want to say, what? I'm trying to. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember what the first book of his I read was. And Coma was the first book of his that I read.
That is the first book I read too. That's right.
Coma.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that Coma was excellent.
Yes. I just had to pull up a list of his books.
Yeah,
Michael Crichton wrote and directed the suspense film Coma, adapted from the 1977 novel by Robin Cook, a friend of his.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Coma was the first one of his books that, well, actually, it's not even a book. He didn't write the book, but...
No, he made the movie based on that book, but that book was freaking awesome. I never did see the movie.
Oh, you've never seen the movie?
No, I just read the book.
Oh, you need to see your movie. Yeah, you need to see the movie.
Really?
Yeah, the movie is great. I mean, as always, they had to leave, there's just some things that don't translate well between books to movie. And you'll find some things that say, oh, I think that's not this or that, but overall it was actually well worth it.
All I know is I read the book and it creeped me out.
Yep. Oh yeah, it definitely creeped me out too. A Stir of Echoes. Robert
I love
Matheson.
that one. Yeah.
Oh, there was a 1999 film, Stir of Echoes?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if that was Kevin Bacon or not. Probably.
How is it? I don't know this, and because Matheson's one of my favorite horror writers.
It's really overlooked a lot.
It's Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah.
Catherine Irby. Wow. Kevin Dunn is in it.
I don't know any of these other people.
Okay, Catherine Irby. She's the female detective from SVU.
That's why I don't know her.
Yeah, me too.
Jennifer Morrison. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
She must have been young there. Damn.
Let's see who else. Okay. That's about it for the big names, but yeah.
Mary Kate Cook.
There's I may have to look this up because
It's a good book, yo.
it's got some well, like I said, I'll watch almost anything Kevin Bacon in it strictly because Kevin Bacon is a fun actor.
He really is.
That was it him? Yeah, I think it was him. They did an interview with him, and they asked him, it's like because this is back during the time of the game 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yes, that was.
Oh
awesome.
yeah,
right. And and they asked him about it, and they said, "Well, you're always in so much stuff. Do you ever turn a script down?" He goes, and it's something to the effect of, "No, I like working.
Okay.
I want to earn money. So why turn something down if I can make money off of it?"
Hey, good work ethic.
That's why some of his movies are such shit shows.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't turn a script down if he's got time to work on it.
And yet he'll never run out of work.
Well, he's starting to get a little bit long in the tooth.
Hey.
Hey, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, there's a lot of long in the tooth people that
Silver
are still...
Fox, yo.
Well, yeah, but I mean, his roles will become more restrictive. Let's just say. But
oh yeah, he's gonna have.
All right, so what is this Stir of Echoes about? After being hypnotized by a sister-in-law, a man sees haunting visions of a girl's ghost, and a mystery begins to unfold around him.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It is.
So it's a ghost story type thing.
Mm-hmm. It's a mystery, yeah.
All right. And I like Catherine Irby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to reread this soon because it's been a while. It was really good.
I'll have to. I just wrote it down to also see the movie.
Well, it's available for rental for $1.99 on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So for $1.99, yeah, I'll spend a couple hours.
Amazon Prime. I'm so bitter about that. I'm paying for a fucking subscription, and I can't watch anything good unless I pay for that on top of the rent, on top of the monthly fee. So yeah, fuck Amazon.
No, I got
bastards.
You. I hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Oops, wrong page. All right.
You know what?
A Clockwork Orange. Yes.
Wow.
I love this book.
You are going to sit here and listen to me geek out now.
Okay, I'm going to mute and listen.
You go for it, and I'll interrupt where I want to, but go for it.
Okay, as I've said before many times, what the British find horrific and scary and all that is much different than the American audience. So
you'll get no arguments from me out of that.
So this is British horror. This is the quintessential British horror story. This is the quintessential American, conspiracy theory come to life story. And not only is the book like super freaking awesome, but the movie with Malcolm McDowell was fantastic. It is like a must read, must watch. I would put this way higher on the list just because it is just so creepy. And that's kind of my take on it.
And I will say this movie, I had nightmares after watching this movie. I'm going to be honest. I dreamt about this movie afterwards.
Really?
The book did not affect me as much as the movie did.
No, I get that. The book, yeah, I really do get that. I didn't have nightmares or anything over it, but I will say that for a long time, this book kind of did color my worldview.
Well, I'm a very active dreamer.
Yeah.
As my wife will tell you.
Oh boy.
On top of talking in my sleep, I'm a very active dreamer.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
And
Well,
if I see something interesting or something that affects me on either intellectual or emotional level, I will dream about it.
Wow.
And this book affected me. The movie affected me on both. The rape scene in this movie.
Oh, that's fucking horrifying.
And the way it was filmed and the way they did it and everything, it was horrific.
And they did it in such a way that, I mean, the sheer cold-bloodedness of it. I mean, it was the only other rape scene that comes close to that in my memory, as far as the movie goes, was the rape scene in the original Death Wish.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree because they both were very visceral. Yeah, the whole character, and I see if anybody that was even close to sane had played that character in the movie, it would not have come off right.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It had to be Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. You know, that movie's probably colored his entire career.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's like Bruce Dern with the movie The Cowboys, where he shot John Wayne in the back.
Yeah.
He couldn't get a role after that for years. A big role, because it's like, oh, nobody wants you. Who's going to pay to watch the man that shot John Wayne in the back?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to.
Until he did Black Sunday.
Yep.
And then he did the one where he was the tattoo artist.
Yeah.
And then that sort of reprieved his career.
Yeah, kind of revived him a little bit.
Right. But Clockwork Orange, that movie will affect you, and so will the book, but it will affect you on many different levels.
Yes, it will. It just, the book is,
and
just
that is, to me, that's a sign of a great horror book.
Yeah, me too.
It's, you don't have to be bloody, gory, blood, guts, and gore everywhere, or jump scares to make a good horror book.
Yep.
Or movie. You just have to be able to affect people on the emotional and intellectual level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this does both in such a way that once you've read them, once you've watched the movie, you know you're affected for life.
Well, I can tell you that I cannot listen to classical music in the same way ever again.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a fact.
Yeah. 1962. That was wild. I mean, I wonder if this guy was on drugs when he wrote the book.
No. But like I say, this is the quintessential English horror story. So the things that the English find upsetting and traumatic are much different than what we do here in the States.
Yeah.
So anything that screws with social order is considered horror in England.
You know, I never thought of it that way, but you're right. I mean, look, was it V is for Vendetta?
Yep. Anything that screws with social order is horror in England, whereas in the United States, we look more like at murders and crazy people, things like that, for our horror. And then once you realize that, then it kind of changes the way you look at books like The Time Machine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anything that H.G. Wells wrote back in the day.
Right.
You look, you know, it changes the way you look at it. And with that being said, this still is like, I don't know if I would call it horror specifically, but it is a gripping story.
Okay. Hello, Ramen.
Hey. Vampire rock star. This is not horror. This is gothic, sexed up vampires. It's not horror.
Well, at least they don't twinkle, so fuck him.
Oh, don't go there, man.
But they have it listed as children's literature again.
Wow. No.
These people are twisted about what they think children's literature is.
Yes, they are.
Makes me wonder if they work for the school board or something. I don't know. I was not even fucking joking, but okay, let's laugh.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but you're right.
Well, in my case, that was more nervous laughter.
Yeah.
That hit pretty close to home.
I like this one. I haven't read it in like 30 years, I think.
I've never been a big Anne Rice fan, but I've never read more. I think I've only read one or two of her books.
It's hard to get into it because she does have a very imitative style of writing, very kind of overblown, and it's hard. She's very she puts on airs, so it's not an easy person to get into. I don't know. I like this one. I wasn't crazy about the first book, but it didn't help that I read them in reverse order. I read this and then Interview with the Vampire. So then, after reading this, Lewis came across as very whiny and, But, yeah, I fucking love this. But my favorite will always be, I don't know, I'm torn because I like Queen of the Damned. But then you've got,
I saw that movie, Queen of the Damned. How'd that stack up against the book?
I only saw bits and pieces of it.
Oh.
My issue is it's as big as the Tommyknocker, so you're never going to get the entire book in the movie. And there's a lot of really good history in it. A lot of lore, a lot of stuff about Maharet's family, and the background and her map of her whole family, her family tree or whatever that lights up. And it's just, there's a lot to read in it. And I feel like if it's not in the movie, it's really cheating you. Because even if it isn't relevant to like what's currently happening in the movie, it's still really good. Okay. And I didn't feel like that about this book. That was definitely, as far as writing goes, her best one. And then they had The Body Thief. which was really just silly. It's a murderer trades bodies with Lestat, so Lestat can remember what it's like to be human, and the human guy wants to know what it's like to be vampire. And dumbass Lestat trusts this guy to be a man of his word and return his immortal body to him. And of course, he fucking, takes off, and he's like stuck trying to get his body back and shit. It's really a comedy of errors. It's fucking funny. But yeah, this was good.
So is it ranked properly? Or should it be higher?
No, it should not be higher. I mean, it's a good book. It's not a great. It should be higher than some of the shit on here. Let's be honest, but
right.
I'm okay with it being there if there were really good stuff in front of it. So that's it.
All right. The ghost stories. All right, I don't know who Algernon Blackwood is.
Really cool title. I kind of want to read it just based on the title.
Algernon Blackwood. Yeah, me too.
This is his best ghost stories, so that means he wrote a lot of them that
were really crappy.
Yeah.
This just makes me think of New England, Sleepy Hollow, old preacher guy, talking to himself in the rectory. Writing about his crazy ass little community. I really want to read this shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, the title sort of makes me think of a little English Shire.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can see where you could go with New England. Yeah. Gone back in the mid 1800s.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely has that vibe going on with it.
Yep. Okay. Becca, you're right. A lot of times short story books or books where they say, okay, this is the best stories of a certain person are cash grabs. But, I mean, a lot of times, though, they're good books, good ways of introducing someone to a new author.
You had the best Poe stories.
Right.
I'm going to end you. I'm sorry.
And that's exactly where I was going was you get the best Poe stories, and that's a great way to introduce somebody to Poe who can be a hard read.
Yep.
But there's enough differences in his different short stories that it can sort of bring you into reading his longer works or his poetry.
I love my children. Back up. Don't judge me. I'm definitely looking
Murder
this up.
hugs.
God damn it.
Oh, now, I tell you, I'm for certain music groups, I'm a sucker for greatest hits.
ABBA.
ABBA is the greatest band that ever lived.
I mean, if you
go that far now.
You get me Kenny Rogers or Johnny Cash,
Anne Murray.
Anne Murray, yeah, and greatest hits. And I'll look through there, and if there's a song or two on, just one or two songs that I don't already have downloaded onto my computer and phone, I'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will pay $20 for an album or a disc that I'm only looking for one or two songs off of.
Billy Joel had a greatest hits, but then he just kept releasing more fucking music. So yeah, he said that he had a greatest hits too, and yeah, whatever.
So, Firestarter.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, I love the book, and the movie I thought did a great job bringing the book to life.
Little Drew. Cute little Drew Barrymore.
And yeah, I thought they did a good job with this. Yep. I wouldn't call it horror.
It's supernatural, definitely.
But
yes,
it's. I don't even know if I'd call it supernatural.
Well, she's got those powers going on.
Yeah, but I mean, when I think supernatural, I think of ghosts and goblins and shit. You know, I'm not thinking of somebody who's got chemically induced ESP.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that. My daughter needed to see if I needed
Well,
to take a breath.
I when I think of horror or that kind of a book, I think of ghosts or goblins. I
Yeah.
don't think of somebody whose parents had chemically induced ESP that altered their genetics enough to daughter
Okay.
to get her powers.
Fair. Maybe paranormal would be a better heading for it.
So,
So it's definitely, at least it's paranormal, even if it isn't
right.
supernatural.
But not and George C. Scott played a great role in the movie, as did Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Martin Sheen can play a good bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he can.
I mean, he did the movie Spawn. He did a
Yeah.
great job as the bad guy in Spawn.
I didn't see that.
Oh, for shame.
I know. I get shamed a lot. I know.
You Spawn is a great popcorn movie.
Wasn't Leguizamo in that one?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I would see it just for him because I love him.
You don't. The thing is, you don't know it's him other than his voice.
Yeah.
He's just great in
You're not
everything he
gonna
does,
recognize
though. He's fucking adorable. Like in Land of the Dead, even, when it was just anything he does is great.
My wife loves his character in
Tu Wong Fu?
No, the
Ice Age.
Ice Age series. Thank
Oh, yeah, that little sloth.
you. Yep.
You gotta love that. Come on.
But yeah, watch Spawn when you get a chance. I love it.
Okay.
And Firestarter. That's another one of King's early books that I read that I really enjoyed.
It's a little long. It's not a super short book, Becca.
It is a little long, but
it's a good book though.
Yeah,
not as good as Tommy Knockers.
It's not a Tommy Knockers or the Stand long. And I'm surprised they didn't have the Dead Zone on this list yet, did they?
No.
Actually, you know what?
I would
author. I forgot his fucking name. Lyman, Richard. His first name starts with an R, I'm sure. Richard Layman. And I know he's done a few books. I'm really surprised he's not on the list. Whatever. I'm gonna shut up.
Don't shut up. The Rats.
The what?
The Rats by a British author, James Herbert.
Dune? No. That was Frank Herbert.
That was Frank Herbert.
Yeah. It took me a second. No, it has rats in the title. Fuck it. I ain't reading that shit. Sorry.
Well, okay, so here's what I'm going to say about the Rats. Go out and read the book Willard instead.
Thank you.
Oh, I've heard of that one. And they had that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Willard the book is enough to freak you out. The movie.
Nah, you know what? I'm good. It's rats. You know what? Fuck rats. I'm done. No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, wasn't Willard out before 1974?
Pretty sure.
So the Rats may have been written on the coattails. Saw how good Willard did, so he wrote Rats to follow. Someone else wrote Rats.
I'm sorry. Nah, fuck rats. Fuck all rats. Rats and bats. Fuck them.
I don't like rats. I mean,
so the movie came out in 1971.
Willard.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Okay. So we will ignore rest. Ramen.
What is this? Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I was reclined. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's not really horror, though. It's more gothic, kind of. I guess a gothic horror, but not really horror. It was fucking good. I don't know if I could read this as a grown up now. Because when we were teenagers, this was so scandalous, you know?
Yeah.
Now this is like, oh, eh. And now everybody writes about, you know, having affairs with a step sibling or a half sibling or help me, stepbrother, I'm stuck in the dryer. You know, so I don't know how scandalous this would be right now. I
All
just
right,
think this would be very.
that was appropriate.
I don't know, or inappropriate. I don't know, man. This is a family show, damn it. I don't know how people reading it now would take it. They'd be like, eh. But back in the 80s when it made a kind of recurrence, man, it was just this huge dirty secret with little kids passing it to each other and shit, man. It was kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, I read it probably. I read it when I was in Arizona, so I had to read it in when it came out in '79 because I left for Germany in 1980.
Yeah, we all read it in junior high in the 80s, so you know.
Yeah, it was a wild book.
Yeah.
I never read it, so
I can't believe our school library carried it.
Really?
I think it was one of those donation things and nobody really looked at it.
Oh.
Because we first got it from the school library, and then the other girls started going to their libraries, their local libraries, and getting the sequels. And we all just started trading them. Like, oh my God, it was like fucking crack.
Yeah, I could, I think that's one of the things that got to me about this book was, I read it as a 19, 20-year-old male, and it bothered me about the age of these children in this book.
Because they were like, what, 14?
Yeah. And I could see where this was probably more written for women and girls, teenage girls.
I think it was more written for teenage, but whatever. I will say that comparing this to The Stand, I had an easier time accepting this. Not The Stand, I'm sorry, It.
Yeah. Okay.
I just, that It thing was so fucking cringy. This was bad, but not cringy. It was more, oh my God, I can't believe that happened, than,
right.
Ooh, I can't read that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this was still, I mean, we're talking 40 some odd years ago, and I can remember the book quite well.
Oh, yeah.
So it definitely stuck with me. All right, let's see here. Incarnate.
No, I don't know this one.
And I don't even know who Ramsey Campbell is. Anybody got anything on that?
Nope.
What's 83?
What's 83?
He wants to skip this one, apparently.
Oh, okay.
You said anybody got anything on it? I said, what's 83?
All right. American Psycho is 83.
Did not read this.
Did not read it, but saw the movie.
Same here.
And now I'm kind of thinking I might want to read it.
I didn't like the movie well enough to want to read the book.
See, and that's the thing about it is, in my opinion, the social norms and stuff, and some of the stuff in the movie, it's like one of those things where I'm wondering if the book was a lot better and they just screwed up the movie.
But the movie was such a, I mean, I've got an unpopular opinion in saying I wasn't a big fan of the movie.
No, that's not unpopular at all, and I think a lot of people were not a big fan of the movie. There were things in the movie, though, that I would have liked to. Let me say, the movie intrigued me, but that makes me want to know more about the actual story.
I mean, everybody talks about how great it was. Maybe it was because of the guy that
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale starring in it.
See, I can't go there. I don't think the movie was great at all.
Okay.
But there are some stories that I really enjoyed, even though the movie sucked.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stories I enjoy, even though the movie sucked.
And I'm just wondering if American Psycho could be one of those.
Yeah. If you read it, let me know if that's something I should put on my reading list, because
all right,
it's not something that at this point I've never been excited to even consider picking up the book to read.
Yeah. Well, I get it.
Shadowland. Yes.
Yeah, it should be a little higher on the list.
Yes, it should be. But I can understand why it would be low, because Peter Straub did a couple of books with King.
I was gonna say, didn't he do the Black House and
right?
I forgot the other
one. Straub wrote the
Talisman.
Right. Straub wrote half the book that dealt with what was going on this planet, where King wrote the stuff happening on the alternate side.
Yep.
And Shadowland it can sort of lead you into that. But yeah, this to me, this is a definite, if you got time to read a book, and this would be a good book to read. I mean, it's not a H.G. Wells Invisible Man, War of the World, or Time Machine must read. But it's somebody asked me about it, I say, yeah, go ahead and read it. It's a good book. Did you read it? Anybody else read it besides me?
No. But it does look interesting.
What, Shadowland? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like fantasy, so yeah, I can see myself reading that.
Okay. All right, John Saul, Suffer the Children.
No.
No, nothing.
That probably looks like an older one, too.
1977.
Well, okay, there we go. Yeah, nah.
No, I don't get into books about child abduction.
Oh, no, fuck that. No, I learned my lesson.
So.
Yeah, I'm with you on there. Okay, I'm gonna have to mute for a minute. So for a bit.
All right. Oh, that's all right. This next one, Ramen will have fun. Ramen will take over on this next one.
Oh no, I feel so judged. I wasn't crazy about this book.
No.
No.
I
mean, it was
this
okay.
Would be right up there, and I figured this would be right there with you.
It was okay. I mean, you know what? It's a good introduction for a kid if you want him to get them into Stephen King, but at the same time, not, because it's not his best work. I have an issue with it because it started out all like natural and matter of fact and very like real world. It's getting lost in a national park where no one can hear you and no knows where you are and you have no resources. That's fucking terrifying enough. Okay. Add that you're a kid and it just keeps getting worse and worse, and he didn't need to add that supernatural ending to it. Because you're thinking all along, oh, there's somebody following her, there's this and it's that, and I was kind of disappointed at that part near the end where, it's not an animal stalker, it's just some supernatural shit, and I wasn't really crazy about that. He didn't need to do that. Being a little kid alone, lost, is fucking scary enough.
Let's see, this is what, 1999?
I think that's when his work started going downhill.
Yeah, that I was just going to say, this was sort of an indicator of how this was after his car accident?
Probably.
After he got hit by the van?
I don't know, probably, though, because this didn't really hit me.
And he changed his whole writing style after this.
I will say, I liked From a Buick 8, which was after the accident. I did like that.
Yeah, Buick 8 was good, but for some reason I've always had the feeling Buick 8 was outlined years earlier.
It kind of read like one of those anthology movies you'd see, like Ghost Story, where you'd have the characters in the beginning and they're all telling their stories, but you still have those characters tying everything together.
Right, but I'm saying as far as the books go and his progression of writing style.
Yeah, it definitely changed after the accident.
It's Buick 8. When I read that, I was like, oh, this is an Old King book.
Baby, it was good too. I liked it.
Well, no, that's what I mean. It was in his older style.
Yeah.
It wasn't in, oh God, in the Misery, or let's see, the one about the baseball.
Baseball.
Oh no! That
you're thinking of Needful Things, the baseball card, or
no?
Because Tom Gordon was a baseball player,
right? Tom Gordon was a baseball player. The telephone, cell phone, cell. Yeah.
That was an okay book. I'm not thrilled about it.
Yeah. Well, neither was I. I mean,
but it was short. I mean, it's something you could read when you're waiting on a train to come or something like that. The movie wasn't great either, and the movie changed the ending. And
I didn't see the movie.
Don't. It's fucking what's his name? Cusack, and was it Samuel Jackson? Wait, I gotta look that shit up now. I know Cusack was in it.
All right, so that had to be in the time that Cusack was like
Samuel Jackson
was like a star. He was everywhere.
Wasn't so much that he was a star. He's doing a lot of Stephen King, a lot of shitty movies.
Right. But the one Cusack film I sort of liked was the one that a roadside hotel type place, and he was the psycho.
I don't remember that one. I think I kind of, it's kind of on the tip of my tongue, and I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of. John Cusack.
What's Cusack's first name? I can't remember.
John.
John Cusack S-A-C. Movies. Here we go.
I know he did one.
Oh, he was in 1408. Okay.
Yeah. I thought that's what you were thinking of for a minute too, and I couldn't remember the name of it.
Dude, God. Okay, yeah. I see where he was in. Cell is Free. somewhere?
Yeah, it's on. I think it's on Netflix.
Okay.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it was 1408 is the movie I'm thinking of.
It was a cursed hotel room.
Right. No. That's no. I'm not thinking of the 140 of the cursed hotel room.
Okay.
Now this was one of them run down hotels you see along a back road somewhere, and along a road that used to be a major highway or a major thoroughfare.
I feel like I should know this, and it's making me nuts.
And well, I don't see. I'm looking. I don't see it here.
I feel like I really should know this.
What's that?
It might not be John Cusack that was in it. It might be somebody who looks like him. He's trying to think of a movie that John Cusack was in.
It was based on a Stephen King book, I want to say.
It's not 1408. But there's a rundown hotel on the side of the road.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Tell us.
I'm not crazy then, huh?
No, you're not. I'm just trying to remember the.
I'm not.
Oh God!
I'm not misremembering like I did with Lumley and McNamara.
Okay.
Yeah, 1408 with John Cusack.
No, he says definitely not 1408.
No, I don't think it was 1408. 1408 was the room number, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, just 1408. No room number.
Okay.
No, it was the number of the room in the movie, though. I mean, it was the title of the movie, but it was also the room number. Identity?
Well, he was John Cusack.
Yes, it's Identity. Okay, stranded in a desolate Nevada motel during a nasty rainstorm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What is Identity?
I'd never heard of this movie, but it sounds so familiar to me.
Yeah.
Google. It's my friend. Google. It's my bitch. Okay.
Yes, Identity. That's the one it was. That's a wild movie to watch.
Sounds like it.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to watch it now.
So, all right, we've got about 4 minutes to cover these before Dar has to run.
Yep.
All
12 o'clock hard's shut down for me.
Yep. The Great and Secret Show by Clive Barker.
No.
Nope.
The Dark by James Herbert.
No.
Okay, Stinger by Robert McNamara and Wolf's Hour by McNamara or McCammon rather. I've read them. I read almost everything Robert McCammon wrote. They're great popcorn horror books. They really are.
Okay.
And the Wolf's Hour ties in World War II.
Oh.
Okay, so of these two books, I'd recommend the Wolf's Hour.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's good. I mean, right? The Wolf's Hour is a British secret agent. So, yes.
All right, so I'm there with that one then. He said World War II. I'm there.
Yep. Doctor Sleep by Stephen King.
Yes.
I
From
couldn't read it.
2013. So I'll tell you, I didn't read it in 2013. I did not read it.
I read it.
This is one of those, the movie was better than the book. I couldn't read the book.
Okay, so with that statement, Ramen, I'm going to tell you that the movie was easier to watch than the book was to read.
Oh yeah, I picked up on that right away.
Yeah, And the thing of it is, the book, some of the detail it went into in places, I'm like, you really should have went
Don't.
detail here.
Yeah. What I liked about the movie over the book was that, and I think it finally really helped Stephen King overcome his hatred of the movie version of The Shining, was that it managed to reconcile the book versions of his novels and the movie together and tie everything together somehow.
Yeah. I think I agree with you there.
But yeah, definitely see the movie if you can. It was actually pretty
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Let's see here. Then Burnt Offerings by Robert. Don't know it. I don't think I do.
No. I'm surprised there's no Anne Rule on here. She did all those true crime novels.
Thomas Harris, Cannibal. Okay.
No, that's more you guys.
Yeah. That's...
This one wasn't as good as the first one, but it wasn't bad. So,
okay.
It wasn't a bad book, but it wasn't. I mean, it was a third in his trilogy. Okay.
Okay.
Enough said.
Yeah. So a lot of times by the third book in a trilogy, it either falls complete. It starts to get boring and repetitive, or it's a true crescendo.
Right. See, Children of the Night by Dan Simmons. It's got to be vampires.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, Children of the Night, Bram Stoker's Dracula. The Children of the Night. Listen to them sing.
Wow.
Woman in Black by Susan Hill.
Oh, no.
Not even. Nope.
And evidently it's been made into a movie. All right.
Not familiar.
The Keep. Oh, yeah. If this is the one I think it is. Yeah, horror film. Yes. It's I enjoyed this. This here's a comic book series, evidently, because it says drawn by Matthew Dow Smith.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember the movie. And the movie was pretty good.
Yeah, this is a graphic novel series.
Right. American God. Didn't we talk about American Gods not too long ago?
We did. On the science fiction.
Yeah. And you guys both recommended it.
It's
yeah.
I saw the series, which does have some differences from the novel, which I haven't read.
Because I've
The
got a
graphic
note here
novels
to
are
read it.
well worth reading it.
Because I've got a note here to read it.
Yes, you need to read it. Yes. Highly recommend. Say, go out and get it. Read
I
it.
like Mad Sweeney.
Then you'll... Yeah, see, you need to read it.
I heard it was different in the novel than the TV series.
Okay.
It is.
Then here's Anne Rice's The Queen of the Damned.
It's probably technically horror because it deals with vampires, and it's a good read, and you already know my opinion, so that's all I'm going to say.
Right. And we did what doesn't list here that, okay, yeah, it does say that it was made a film. I did watch the movie and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I watched the interview with the vampire, and that was it.
So, We've Always Lived in a Castle.
I haven't read that one.
I read most of Shirley Jackson's stuff. Why don't I remember this?
I've heard of it. I really should read it.
Aha. Because Shirley Jackson was required reading in my school.
You had a lot of required reading in your school, man.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we had a lot of required readings in my school. And her writing style is unique. It's not like most people's writing styles. So, okay, we have made it through all 100, and we are just 5 minutes past his time to leave.
Yep.
Scrolling down, see if
there's more. Holy shit! How long is this list?
God only knows. But the Hunchback of Notre Dame is on there. Okay.
Nosferatu. I'm surprised that made it there.
That's not the one you're thinking of.
No, I know which one it is. It's Stephen King's son's novel. I know exactly what it is.
Yep. Coco by Peter Straub.
Odd Thomas is good.
Yes, Odd Thomas is good. That should be a lot higher.
Yeah, a lot higher.
Wasn't that made into like a miniseries or something on Netflix or some shit? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was made into a movie, evidently.
Okay.
Off season, I didn't read The Passage.
I didn't read any of this stuff, but not surprising.
Okay. Usher's Passing, I've read. Like I said, it's Robert McCammon. I've read most of his stuff. Stephen King's The Outsider from 2018.
Because it's his recent stuff.
Yep.
And I know it's a series on Netflix.
Nathaniel Hawthorne, Twice Told Tales.
Okay.
Yeah, that deserves to be on here.
Yep.
The Ring.
Yeah, no.
Okay, Traveling Vampire.
This book! Oh my god, I love that book!
Which one?
Traveling Vampire Show. It's really good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's teenagers, you know.
Okay.
It's fucking good.
I am going to have to drop.
All right, you go ahead and drop. Dar, thank you. Before you go, which list are we going to use for next week?
Suggestions?
Okay. You got anything in let's see here. Let me change out screens real quick.
Let's see if they have like a classic or.
Okay, well, let's see here. Greatest books you were forced to read. Okay, great American novels.
You see a lot of Kerouac.
Yeah. Do that.
Let's see. Books with movie adaptations. That could be
There you
fun.
go. That's the one.
I'll go with that.
Okay, books with movie adaptations. All right, that'll be a fun one for next week.
You know, God, what the one's going to be on that shit, and I'm about to fight about that all over again.
And we'll fight you just because we enjoy it.
Yep. Well, Dar, I want to thank you. Do you have anything you want to plug before you have to boogie?
I do not, but thanks for having me, and I am looking forward to next Friday.
All right. Yay. I am looking forward too. I like books and movies. Geez whiz. Like none of us have ever combined the two.
Yeah. That seems to be a common thread around this joint.
Yes. But anyway, let's see. Time passes for the long watch.
Huh.
Yeah, time passes for the long watch. A couple of the books that were in there. So in the Navy, we stand watches, and sometimes those watches can tend to be quite long. So whenever you say, this is a good popcorn book,
right?
That I call it a time passer for the long watch.
Okay, yeah. For me, that was my field jacket book that I kept in my, breast pocket of my field jacket that I, pull out to read when I was stuck in the launch truck or something like that, where I was going to spend a couple hours doing nothing but on call.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
So,
all right, gang.
All right. Thank you much. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Please have a good day, my friend.
Always.
Raman, are you going to boogie also, or do you want to look at some more of these books?
Whatever you want. If you're going to stay, I'll stay. I mean.
Okay. Yeah. I can't leave for the grocery store today because I got the Bugman coming at between 1 and 2.
Oh, I can relate to that.
So I've got some time here to look at some books.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Okay. Dragon Tears by Dean Koontz.
Oh, God.
Floating Dragon by Peter Straub. I've read that one. That's a good book.
Yeah, isn't that the collaboration with Stephen King?
No, it's not.
No. Okay, I got it mixed up with Talisman then, or something.
Right. Talisman is one that was a collaboration.
Okay.
Carmilla.
Vampire?
1872. Vampire fiction, yes.
I need to look at that.
Okay, that could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Conqueror of Worms.
Ew.
Earthworms is a 9,000 word short story that was printed in a 4x4. It sounds like it's probably a
dystopian.
An anthology of works.
Okay.
Comes the Blind Fury. Damn that. Okay, I probably saw the movie or saw the horror film because the title's awful familiar. John Saul, I know I've read some of his stuff.
He was earlier in the list.
Yep. Mystery Walk, again, I've read it. McCammon is one, like I said, he's one of those writers that I kept his books in my field jacket pocket.
Oh, there you go.
Harvest Home, don't know it.
No.
Okay, a lot of McCammon stuff here on the bottom end.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's on the bottom since.
Well, because it's you can put the book down and go back to it a week later and pick it right back up again. Okay, it's not one of those books that you have to finish in a sitting. And his writing is not one of those that you have to finish in a single seating. You know, you can set it down and put it, read it in the bathroom. And when you got 15 or 20 minutes you want to kill, read 10 or 12 pages and then go back to it a week later. So Manitou.
I've never heard of this stuff.
Wasn't this a movie with George C. Scott?
I don't know. There's like literally nothing written under it.
The Manitou. Oh, that's interesting.
Book 1 of 5. It's a series apparently. I don't trust series after 2000 on Amazon. It's a 19. No, I'm
19. Okay, 19.
No.
1978 movie. Tony Curtis.
No. Wait, who's the author on this? Graham Masterson. Okay. The Amazon result brings up the fuck.
All right, now I know I've seen the movie because it's got Tony Curtis and Stella Stevens in it.
Okay. That's it. I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay, let me share this. We'll play the trailer for it.
Yeah. Body horror. That's always fun.
Share screen. Audio. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I definitely remember this.
It has been 400 years.
How long have you had it?
About 3 days.
It has been 400 years since its last reincarnation.
Are you hearing it or seeing it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Any pain?
It kind of moves sometimes.
The soul of black magic is waiting to be reborn.
What's your diagnosis?
I'm
Time to put Nana in a home.
Man has turned his back on the supernatural.
Mrs. Hurd! I'd almost describe it.
Some will deny it.
As a fetus
Others will fear it.
on her neck.
One woman will give birth to it. The Manitou.
Oh, no, hell with that, man.
Since the beginning of time, it has practiced the mysterious arts. Its day is near. Each hour it grows stronger. Soon it will come.
Definitely cheesy 1970s movie.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Tony Curtis on a supernatural journey into the world of avenging spirits. Michael Ansara.
What does a white man want with Indian magic?
A modern American Indian thrust into a savage struggle with unspeakable taboos. Susan Strasberg, living in a nightmare. Tormented by terror, threatened by the unknown, trapped by an ancient horror, the Manitou. An evil that never dies. It just waits to be reborn. The Manitou.
Wow.
Oh, Burgess Meredith was in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I saw that movie at the Base Theater in Arizona.
Okay.
So, yeah. I never read the book, but the movie, well, what can I say, you know?
And apparently it's a series of books, so wow.
Yeah, that's something to go there, you know? I just hope the book was better than the movie.
It has to be. Oh my God. Imagine being pregnant in your neck.
Well, you know, this was after Rosemary's Baby.
Oh. Yeah, I can imagine there was a lot of body horror after that.
Yeah. Okay, The Wide Game by Michael West. Not familiar with it. The Werewolf. Now, this looks like it's an old book by the let's see here. $1896.
Damn, that's old. Okay.
All right, so let me share this here because it's a interesting thing there. Hausman's first novel, The Werewolf, in 1896, an allegorical erotic fantasy. H.P. Lovecraft said that it attains a high degree of gruesome tension and achieves, to some extent, the atmosphere of authentic folklore.
Wow.
And it's free on Kindle. That's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Free on Kindle, that's
oh, hell yeah.
That's worthwhile right there. That makes it a worthwhile read right there. I'll download it just to have it. There we go. Come on. Oh, my Chrome just crashed.
Oh, no.
My Chrome just crashed. I'll be right back.
All right.
I got to do a hard reset.
I got you. Welcome to the Ramen Show. Listen to the entertaining sounds of me
All
drinking
right.
my iced tea.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
I'm back. So let's see here.
There's your twinsies.
All right. Yeah, that was fun. Well, at least it wasn't like yesterday.
I missed yesterday. What happened?
Oh, I got up at 6 o'clock. At 6:30, I started setting up my stream and had it all set up. Had about 20 or so tabs open, to cover my 2-hour stream.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the bathroom, came back to a blank screen on my computer with like 2 minutes to 9. So the whole show was what can I find to talk about here now? Because there's no way I'm going to find everything that I had set up. So yeah, it was it was not fun, to put it at the least. Oh wow, this went all the way up to number 25. So let's get back. Okay. All right, here we go. Slowly getting caught back up. Conquer Worms, Mystery Walk. Mine. We talked about. There's the Manitou, the Wide Game, the Werewolf, Poltergeist.
I don't think it's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, it's not?
Not the one I'm thinking of, the movie, so I don't think that's it.
Okay. The Haunted of 2005.
No.
A series of 23 short stories, most preceded by a free verse poem. Okay.
Yeah.
Speculative black comedy. Oh.
Chuck. Okay, why do I was thinking of Chuck Wendig. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's the first time I've seen black comedy pop up in a long time. As a genre.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. I think some of these. I think that Richard Layman could be considered slightly black comedy, the one with the traveling vampire show. But I don't know. I think if we go far back enough, we'll find stuff that qualifies.
Cinema Shadows.
No.
The Spear by James Herbert. Yes, I read this one.
Okay.
And okay, take the lance that killed Jesus.
Oh, okay.
All right, and yeah, that's
There's a lot of fiction about that. Actually, there's a lot of
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember reading this book, and it wasn't bad.
Okay.
So let's put it this way: it's well enough that I remember reading it and going, "Yeah, it's worth a reread."
Okay.
Bird Box.
Becca, he meant black as in dark comedy. Sorry.
Oh.
This sounds like a Netflix movie.
The what? Bird Box?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the one with oh God, what's her name from Speed?
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. When I think of Bird Box, it is. It is. That's it, because the cover it's Netflix, and it's got the cover with them wearing the blindfolds. So, yep, that's the one they're talking about. Dr. Faustus.
Okay, that's ancient.
This, okay, you want to talk about old?
Yeah.
1604.
Uh-huh.
All right. I actually did read this.
It was good, wasn't it?
I read it more before the language because I went through a period of about 6 or 7 years where I loved reading Old English.
Ah.
All right. And anything I could find written in Old English, I read.
Okay.
Just because I could do it.
Hey, that's your thing, man.
You know, it was just something I wanted to do, you know. And actually, I got into it because of the Arthurian legend.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to read a lot of the earlier stuff in the original without it being updated.
Okay.
So,
Hey, I get you, man.
Lost Souls, a 92. Poppy Z. Bright.
Okay. I never heard of it.
Neither have I. Spook House.
No.
Nothing. Perfume. Well, okay, German. No wonder it's got a naked woman on it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. No, nothing about The Lair of the White Worm.
That sounds old.
Yeah, it is. It's Bram Stoker.
There we go.
Yeah. They actually did make a movie out of this.
Really?
Yes. And it was not a bad movie.
Okay.
Not great, but it's not bad. The story, of course, was much better.
Okay.
So, Necroscope. Okay.
Yep.
Remember this is the one that I had confused with McCammon.
Yeah.
Brian Lumley. And I would highly recommend, if you're into vampires at all, get this series and read it.
Okay.
If you are, seriously, if you're into vampires, read this series.
I believe you.
Because it does get about the 6th or 7th book. It starts to get, oh crap. Okay. You know, it carried it a few books too many.
Okay.
But it's not, I liked it. Never heard of it. The Stake by Richard Layman.
Oh, now I have to look that up. Because I like the other book he did that I read, so.
Oh, okay. Let's see what I can see here on it.
Becca, I'm right there with you. If I start a series, I have to finish it. That's why I got sucked into Flowers in the Attic and all that shit, man.
In an abandoned hotel in a California ghost town, horror writer Larry and his friends make a discovery. By chance, they stumble across a naked woman in a coffin with a stake driven through her heart.
Oh.
Was she a vampire or the victim of a gruesome murder?
Why not both?
So, wow. They want, for a used copy hardcover, they want $24 and $32 for the paperback.
Fuck those guys. I'll find it somewhere.
Yep. Let's see. Richard Layman also wrote Midnight's Lair and Quake.
Like that other book I got for like $1 at my fucking favorite used bookstore.
And get all 3 of them for $77.10 from Amazon.
You're trying to kill me while I'm drinking tea.
I'm sorry.
God damn it. You know I wouldn't pay. Never mind. I'm going to shut up.
I'm right there with you. I won't pay that much for a series of books. It'd have to be something I really enjoyed. The Great God Pan. No, 1890.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Don't know anything about it.
The Great God Pan and the Hill of Dreams. Huh.
See, The Magic Cottage.
No.
James Herbert. We've seen his name a few times here.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about it.
Nope.
The House Next Door.
No.
Is this the one I think it is?
I do not know.
Let's see. And let me share this because maybe this will ring a bell with you because it does not ring a bell with me at all.
No.
Okay. 30-something Colquitt and Walter Kennedy out of Atlanta, Georgia. Vacant lots.
Oh, good Lord. No.
No, there's nothing. No. It sounds like a possession.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Jungle by Upton Sinclair.
No.
This is 1906. Yes, an old book. Well, I think we talked about this one before.
This isn't horror.
No, it's not. So now I think they're getting it.
I think they're just throwing random shit up there.
Yeah, now they're just throwing stuff in there. The Vanishing, One Rainy Night, The Island. Brian Keene, The Rising. Oh, okay.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I read it. This is when zombies were first starting to become a thing back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
So, The Trial, The Store. All right, that's 149 books. I think we beat this one to death.
Yeah, nah, man, that's bullshit.
Because now they're getting into stuff I've never even heard of.
There's still more Koontz. Yeah. Dean Koontz. I'm fucking out of it.
The God Project is this far down? Okay.
I never heard of it. Okay, it's John Saul, that's why.
John Saul, yeah. The Doll Who Ate His Mother.
That actually sounds like something I would want to read.
All right, and now I'm about to get pissed off.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I didn't call you. That girl's going to end up on this list. You don't.
A freak accident leaves Claire's brother Rob dead and somebody's stolen his right arm. Her investigation into the bizarre event leads Claire into a realm of untold horrors.
What book is this? I said, okay, stop.
That's The Doll Who Ate His Mother.
Oh, man, I need to get that.
Well, don't order it from Amazon.
Hell no.
Because it's $45 in paperback.
You know what? I think it's because it's getting on these lists. I think that's just doing it because somebody released one of those books that had a review on or maybe it was just a posting. It was a review on horror stories or something, and a really crappy book ended up going. A really crappy 70s, 80s book ended up going for hundreds of dollars, and because you couldn't find it anywhere, it was out of print. And I remember I had read that book, and I'm like, that's kind of I mean, it was a good book, but it wasn't great. Why is it, nah, man. Even eBay had it for like $500. I just got it for like $50 like last year. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
All right. The next book on the list was The Last Babylon by Pat Frank. I wore out 3 copies of the paperback. Okay. Did that tell you how many times I've read it?
Okay.
I literally read the paperbacks to the point the pages were falling out and I couldn't tape them together anymore.
Wow.
So I went ahead and read and bought a fresh copy. Let's see. When was the book actually written?
He's mostly looking at Amazon and seeing these prices.
Yeah, that's true.
And eBay, once a book hits some kind of weird internet list or it gets put in a book of lists, the price is going to skyrocket. There's no way. Unless you find it randomly at a bookstore where the guy doesn't even know where he has anymore, there's no way you're getting it cheap.
Right. This book is a very old book. I'd say it was written in the 1950s.
Okay.
All right.
Because the title sounded familiar.
It's about a nuclear war between the United States and Russia.
Ooh, so it's not really horror. It's more dystopian.
And well, you're right about that. And it's not even really dystopian. It's more of a survival.
Okay.
About a small community in Florida that actually survives without any radiation issues.
Wow.
Okay. And it's how the community pulls together and falls apart at the same time.
Okay.
All right. It is written in 1950s language. There is what would be considered today some racist and racism dealing with the sole black family living in the community.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry, my daughter scared me.
There's a lot of, the book, it's okay. Personally, I think the book is amazing.
Okay.
All right. And I would never want to see a movie made of it because it would get panned horribly.
Okay.
The book is, and it's extremely well written. So if you, this again is a book that I would not want to see, like I said, made into a movie or televised or anything like that. But y'all need, if I had to recommend, if somebody asked me about it, I couldn't praise it high enough.
Okay.
So, and that's what sort of pisses me off is that it's on
a horror
list, which
and
it has.
Really isn't.
There's no reason for it to be on a horror list of any kind.
Yeah, I think you could pretty much ditch this list at this point. It's churning out garbage.
It's no longer horror.
No,
it's it hadn't been horror in a long time.
There is good stuff that hasn't made this list. So
yeah, I'm just scrolling through it. The India's Most Haunted.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
When Worlds Collide, After Worlds Collide. That's speculative fiction. Yeah.
I went back and looked up that Button book. That was an episode of The Twilight Zone. It's one of my favorite episodes.
Oh, Button. That's a Matheson.
Yeah, a lot of his stuff got made into Twilight Zone episodes.
Yeah. Well, Matheson was remember when Sci-Fi Channel first came out?
Yes.
And Matheson had a Saturday morning show or a Sunday morning show.
Oh, that's right. I never watched it, but I heard of it.
Oh, I watched it every Sunday. I watched it before going to church.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard that gasp there, like.
I watched it before going to church.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting a little horror before going to church. Now, Matheson's, well, that wasn't the basis of his show.
No.
But he did talk about he had a little section where he always talked about his career and what gave him ideas for certain books. And yeah, Matheson, I really liked him. I really like his writing.
Yeah, he's relatable. I like it.
And it's sometimes he gets a little stilted.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay because he brought a lot of unique ideas to the forefront.
Hell yeah.
Or real interesting twists on old ideas.
They actually made that story into a movie a couple of years ago. I don't know how you could stretch a simple idea like that into a movie.
Which one?
Button. They called it The Box in the movie theater.
The Box. I don't remember that.
Excuse me. The premise is you get some stranger sends you a box and has a button on it. If you push the button, you get like $1 million. You get an amazing amount of wealth. But somewhere in the world, a stranger dies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now you got it. Yeah.
Now I got it.
But once you use the box, it goes to somebody else, a stranger. So, but you don't find that out till you hit the button.
Okay. Yeah, let's see here. At hour and 55 minutes, it looks like it's on Amazon to Bing Videos.
And how much is Amazon charging for this crap?
Well, I will soon find out because I just clicked play on it. To rent $3, to buy $10.
You know what? It's a shit movie. Amazon should be ashamed of themselves. This is a recent thing, too, because stuff that they didn't charge for, they're charging for now.
No, this isn't Amazon. This is off of Vudu.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I stand by it anyway. Fuck it.
So.
I wouldn't rent it. But, hey, that's just me because I'm a cheap bitch, so.
Well, so am I.
Well, yeah. I'm like really super cheap.
Now, do you know that if you push the button, somebody dies? Do you know that before you push the button?
Yeah, but what you don't know is after you push the button, the guy comes and collects the box and send it to a stranger. So it's kind of like a twist because you don't know that's going to happen, but you know you're killing somebody. And that was the whole point of the tension in the Twilight Zone episode where they were arguing about it.
So what happens if you don't push the button?
Nothing. You just sit there with that fucking box in your closet forever.
Oh, so in other words,
I guess I don't really remember the episode that well.
A lot of people almost everybody pushed the button sooner or later.
I wouldn't, because I'm paranoid, but that's just me. There's always a trick to something,
All right, let's see. Well, I'm reading okay, and according to the description here, with only 24 hours to make their choice, Norma and Arthur face an impossible moral dilemma.
I would just watch the fucking Twilight Zone episode.
What they don't realize is no matter what they decide, terrifying consequences have already been set in motion.
Yeah, nah.
Let's see.
That's the whole purpose of it.
It's got Cameron Diaz in it.
Of course it does.
James Marsden. Oh, Frank Langella. Oh, this is an old Frank Langella.
Yeah. B-movie.
So, Frank Langella was in a movie called The Big Gun.
Never heard of that
one. It was let's see. It's about a Middle Eastern country that was banned from buying weapons. So what they did was they said, okay, well, we're going to have all these parts, we're going to have some of these parts made in the United States and some of these parts made in Germany and some of these parts made here. And so as far as, the different, like one company that was making the barrel actually thought they were just making a water pipe. Oversized water pipes. Okay.
Wow.
And another company that was making another part thought that, according to the what the contract they were writing, the part they was making was something totally different.
Yeah, I get it.
And then of course all these parts show up. And Franklin Jello was the arms dealer that arranged all of it.
Jesus.
So yeah, his best movie though, I mean, after he did Dracula, I think it was Dracula 1978. The one version of Dracula I really think is a fantastic version. He never got a big role after that.
No.
His career died. And he got relegated to these, like The Box.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. Based on the description of the movie, I wouldn't bother with the movie. I would just look up The Twilight Zone. It was like the new Twilight Zone from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I mean, they might have done one back from the original Twilight Zone, but if they did, I don't remember it.
So, yeah, there's...
Yeah.
Well, movies and careers go on,
Yeah. But if you can find that Twilight Zone episode, go ahead and watch that. CBS might have it. I don't know. It was actually a fun episode.
Okay, let's see here. Twilight Zone button episode. Let's see here.
It's probably on YouTube.
There's a second segment, 20th episode of the first season. Let's see here.
That series actually
it is on
episode. YouTube. Yeah, they have a lot of the 80s Twilight Zone. I'll tell you though, the 80s Twilight Zone actually had a few good episodes. Not a lot, but...
Okay, it was only a 19-minute and 27-second episode.
Yeah, they usually do like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3 episodes to it. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if it shows who's actually did the acting in it.
I think one of them might have been the chick from Pulp Fiction. Honey, what was it? Amanda Plummer. I think one of them was Amanda Plummer, but I'm not sure. I don't really remember it well.
Well, I fast scrolled to the end, and it doesn't give a cast.
It was fun.
It just says who the teleplay was by. Teleplay by Logan Swanson. Oh, and there it is.
Okay.
Let's see. Button. Mayor Winningham.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was the 80s. What do you want?
So
I drank a lot in the 80s, okay? I was a very social teenager.
And Basil Hoffman.
Never heard of him.
Neither had I. So, yeah, that's I will have to... 19 minutes, 20-minute movie. That'd be something I could watch at work one night.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that these were on.
I just found them last year on YouTube. Yeah.
Hey, Trippy Cass, how's it going?
The Children's Zoo. They did some remakes of the old series episodes too, and they were pretty good. There was one with a babysitter. One with mannequins in a store that came to life.
Oh God, the original
wasn't that good?
The original black and white one of those.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And it was creepy, but really good. Yeah.
Now the Children's Zoo, is that the one where alien race abducts a family or something like that?
You're kind of close. It's where these abusive parents end up going to this kid shows up from school with like a ticket for the children's zoo. I wouldn't say it's aliens, but yeah, it's definitely a zoo. So make of that what you will. It was a fun episode though. It's like every sad kid's dream.
Trippy, I am doing very well. I hope you're doing the same this morning.
Hey, Trippy.
Yeah, we're just sort of talking now. I mean, Dar had to leave at noon, which was almost an hour.
No.
We've been talking almost another hour. Ramen?
I'm just muting so you don't hear that.
Oh. Yeah, we've been talking another 50 minutes after Dar left.
Yeah.
So, this is turning in, Twilight Zone. Okay, besides, the Burgess Meredith, where he's the librarian.
Oh, yeah.
And he
all
breaks
the time
his
in
glasses.
the world. Yeah.
Then the one, of course, the William Shatner airplane one.
Everybody thinks of that one first, yeah.
Or the William Shatner one in the diner with his girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay. That one they don't think of as much, but I remember it quite well.
The one nobody ever mentions is one for the Angels where the salesman.
I love that one.
That one made me cry like a bitch. That was so sweet.
Yes. For the little girl.
Yeah, it was just, you don't get a lot of really sweet ones, and that was just sweet. That one and the Robert Redford one where he's deaf.
Okay. Welcome back, Dar. Well, I'll tell you another one, too, of those original Twilights I like was the one with Jack Klugman playing pool.
Okay, I kind of remember. He was in at least one. There might have been another one. I don't remember it.
Jack Klugman is playing pool, and I'm trying to remember who he wants to be the greatest.
We're talking about the Twilight Zone, Dar.
He wants to be the greatest pool player ever.
Okay.
And he finally beats this guy. Great. And now he's condemned to living until somebody beats him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So who was the actor that made the most cameos on appeared in the most episodes of Twilight Zone?
Wow, that came out of nowhere. I don't know.
I would probably have to say Burgess Meredith. He was in
Robert
so many.
Redford.
He did the most cameos, really?
Yes. So you know.
Because I only saw him in that one episode.
No, he was in several. He played Death in one episode.
That was my favorite. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
really
that was
great.
such a good episode. But no, it was Robert Redford, believe it or not.
Huh.
But the thing of it is the most memorable episodes. You ask almost anybody, the most memorable episodes are the ones with Burgess Meredith.
I would have said William Shatner, but okay.
No, it's but yeah, the most talked about is the one with William Shatner with the little ghoulie on the wing.
Yeah,
he's on the airplane. That's the most talked about episode.
Burgess Meredith always was played such a sympathetic character.
Yeah,
that you always felt sorry for him because he was, he got the short end of the stick all the time.
Yep.
I liked him in Foul Play. He was just a lot of fun fighting the German lady. That probably haven't seen that one. It was a bad movie. It was an awful movie, but it was fun.
I think I remember it. Sounds familiar.
It was Chevy chasing Goldie Hawn. Beware of the dwarf.
Oh, yes. I remember it now.
Yeah.
God, that movie was horrible.
Yeah.
Well, Burgess Meredith, the way I liked him more playing the father in Grumpy Old Men.
Oh, yeah. That was like That was just funny as crap.
That movie was hilarious.
I've eaten a pound of bacon and a dozen eggs every morning for breakfast for years, and it hasn't hurt me any.
Uh,
The ice fishing scenes in that movie always got me.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I gotta see that one day.
Oh, you've never seen them?
No.
Oh,
Oh, Grumpy old man is
I
classic.
know. I know.
and okay, Dar, you're going to kill me. I can't remember her name.
Margaret.
Anne Margaret.
How can you not
She
remember
is
Anne Margaret?
so
CC Ryder.
hot in that movie.
She's hot in
Especially-
everything she's ever been in.
But for her age, she is so damn hot. It's not funny.
Again, I'll make the statement. Anne Margaret is hot in everything she's ever been in.
Even in the Flintstones.
Yep.
Yeah. And oh God. That's right. Anne Margaret was in the Flintstones.
Yes, she was.
Mm-hmm.
Va 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 voom.
Yeah.
Becca, I hope you plan on doing something besides just reading today.
No,
Yeah.
that is a good plan. I would totally join her if I did not have to do fucking laundry.
Yeah, but when does Kenny have to go back to
Oh, that's right.
Virginia? Well, okay, so hubby's having a day with the kiddies. Okay.
Yeah, which is important.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. I can remember when I'd come back from a long TDY. The wife and I'd have a couple of days together, and then me and the boy would take off for at least a day. Oh, he's leaving on Thursday?
Oh.
I'm sorry. That's a shame. But
boy, I'm gonna end you. Stop. Hey. Sorry.
Yeah, he needs another day out with the girls.
Yeah.
That's important. That's important that he spends time with the kids. God, yeah. I loved being in the military, but the separations always killed me. The worst one was went out on a Hurvac one year, and I was one of the designated people that been through the altitude chamber and had been fitted for a flight suit and G suit and everything. So to go back seat as a maintenance troop because they didn't, we never knew where we're, they're just looking for an airport, any place to land us to get the aircraft out of danger from hurricanes. And my wife was 8 months pregnant.
Oh, man.
When a hurricane hit and they sent me. I could not get out of it. And I'm like, I was so worried because we were gone for a week and a half. And I was every day, I spent half my day on the phone with the wife, trying to make certain she was okay. So, but yeah, I was not happy that she was 8 months pregnant and they sent me out. Oh, that bummer. Well, Becca, is he still going to be able to come home for Christmas? I hope so.
Me too.
But, so I'm sitting here looking at the Extermination Day. That looks like an interesting remake from the Twilight Zone.
What are they redoing the Twilight Zone? They're coming up with
these are things available on YouTube.
Oh,
they have a lot of the 80s Twilight Zone episodes on YouTube. So
wow, cool.
So
Yeah, Rod Serling was quite the individual.
yep.
And he had a very interesting thought process.
Oh, they've got the 1964 version of The Last Man on Earth from the adaptation of I Am Legend.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, now this is the no, that doesn't look like who is it? That doesn't look like it's Vincent Price.
Oh wow. Okay, it is The Last Man on Earth.
It's a color version with Vincent Price.
Damn.
Wow. Interesting.
1964, yeah.
Let me copy that and put that here in the.
Oh, it came up in the results in Google when I clicked the video tab.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it goes. There's a link to it.
Shh.
I'm going to have to watch that now.
I am so watching that.
I am definitely so watching it, especially since it's free. Vincent Price was a treasure.
Yes, he was.
National treasure.
Him and The Fly.
Oh.
Man.
See, here's the thing. The original Fly, the movie starring Vincent Price and everything, was so freaking creepy.
Yeah, it was, especially the end.
It was just like, oh, man. And then they remade it with Jeff Goldblum. As much as I like Jeff Goldblum, it was not nearly as good, not nearly as creepy.
It was different, though. It had its own thing going on because of all the new advances and, effects and things like that.
Yeah. That definitely was the case, but it just was not as creepy. I don't care what anybody says. The original Fly was creepier and
I think the remake was more horror than the original because it was just fucking gross to look at. Like,
yeah.
I still just no, I can't watch that movie. I never watched it and I can't watch it.
Yeah, no. The original was just that bothered me.
Oh yeah.
To this day it still bothers me. Help me.
At the
very end,
Then there was the Incredible Shrinking Man.
Oh,
remember that movie? The old black and white one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was little when I saw this. So I don't remember it that well.
That the boat went into the fog out on the ocean, and then the guy started shrinking. And
so that's what triggered it, the fog.
Right.
Yep.
It's amazing how many horror stories start with the fog doing something.
What?
Well, it's that whole looking into the unknown thing.
And for some reason, I want to say it was a radioactive fog or something. It wouldn't surprise me with the time frame.
Yeah, with that time frame, probably was because everybody was concerned about all the nuclear stuff. You look at all the movies and even the TV series from the time. What was that one TV series, Land of the Giants?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Martin
didn't
Landau?
Lovecraft have something like do something about fog or something like that?
Oh, I'm not that well read on Lovecraft, so
I'm not either. But I really kind of I could be wrong. Now I'm gonna Google that shit because he has such a huge influence on everything now.
But yeah, I mean, the 1950s and 60s really come out with a lot of great campy horror stories that, I mean, they were more psychological. They messed with your mind instead of relying on the jump scare.
Yeah, jump scares are cheap mostly.
Dar was comparing the two versions of The Fly.
I know.
Yes.
And the Vincent Price was scary on a different different level than the other one than Goldblum's was. But then I liked both movies.
Yes.
Yeah, neither movie saw it.
No.
The advances in technology and special effects and such. The part that got me is when he started reaching into his mouth and pulling out his teeth.
Oh God, no! Please stop. No, I'm done.
That was gory.
Okay.
Yeah, see, one was scary without being gory, and the other one was gory.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's that anti-dentist thing. Nobody likes going to see the dentist because you're having somebody's hands in your mouth.
Yep.
All right.
With me, it was like new body parts like breaking out and old body parts just like disappearing and shit. I'm like, oh fuck no! It was just so gory and so gelatinous and nah. It was hard.
But no, I just was not a fan. Some of the stuff that happened in the second one, the Jeff Goldblum version, some of it I thought went over the top.
I didn't see that.
If they would have stopped just a little sooner.
Okay, was that The Fly 2 or Son of the Fly? I don't know if he meant how many movies there were.
Oh. No, I was just talking about the special effects in Jeff Goldblum's version.
I like that they were mostly practical effects back then too.
Yeah, they just took some of them a little too far. Now, I enjoyed the part like where he climbed up on the roof to see him.
I'm sorry.
And his longevity, shall we say?
When he's a lanky motherfucker.
Huh?
Yeah, he's a lanky motherfucker. Yeah.
When the first time he took the woman to bed after things started happening to him, he wore her out. So.
Oh, stamina. Okay, we're not talking about body length. We're talking stamina.
Right.
I don't think you could have made this movie with anybody but Jeff Goldblum at this point, looking at it, because he's just kind of bug-like. I don't know. Yeah, you couldn't have... nah.
Yeah, it was really good casting. I agree with you, Rama.
Yeah. You couldn't have done it with what's his name from The Breakfast Club, not Jed Nelson, the other guy. Oh, whatever, fuck it. You know what I mean.
I never saw The Breakfast Club.
Oh my God.
You saw?
Well, I've never seen 16 Candles, so we're even.
I never saw that one either.
I've not seen 16 Candles myself.
It's a really girl movie. That's probably why I didn't see it.
Probably. But I did like The Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's just something about that movie that just didn't.
Probably because it's not really reality. I mean, unless you're really close with your friends and comfortable and talking about that shit, as teenagers, we're not going to sit down and have those discussions. We might have it with our dearest, friends, just shooting the shit and everything and speculating and everything, but not with a bunch of strangers you just got thrown together with. So, yeah, no, that's John Hughes movies tend to be like that. The shit that will never happen that we want to pretend happened for 500,
Yeah, things that'll never happen, but you like to watch.
Yeah. No.
Okay, well, I hate to bust up this pleasant discussion, but it's 12 o'clock my time.
No, you're going to make me go clean now.
I've got to go clean up the house cleaned up a little bit before the exterminators show up.
Oh my God, I hate doing this. I gotta do laundry.
That's one thing I am very happy that I'm married about is while I'm sleeping on Saturdays, the wife does all the laundry.
I actually like doing laundry. I just don't like being on other people's schedules. And this is actually the case today. I'm doing it to somebody else's schedule and I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely my whole day today is on somebody else's schedule, but
yeah,
that's only because I've got exterminators coming in, and then for they coming in and take care.
I get it.
Thank God I pay for a year at this at a time up front. My exterminator gives great. If you pay in advance, you pay their yearly rate, then you can call them out every 2 weeks if you want to.
So is it one of those little private companies or those big ones like Truly Nolan or Terminix?
No. After my experience with Terminix, I'll never go with the national company again.
What happened with them?
When I bought my first house, had Terminix come out and, well, I wanted the house bonded so that if there's ever any termite damage or anything like that, they'd be responsible for the repair work.
Okay.
I had to go a year because it wasn't a new built house, so I had to go a year first before they would bond it. Well, 6 years after we bought the house, and we've been in about 6 years, we got an infestation.
Oh, no.
And Terminix refused to, they lost their paperwork.
Did you have yours?
I had mine, but sorry, we don't have any of it on file, so we can't.
And that sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
And while I tried, and Terminix can afford some pretty powerful lawyers.
Yeah.
And this is just a case of the big company completely stomping on a small person.
That sucks.
And it was about $15,000 worth of damage to my $50,000 house.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to know this because I am going to be looking for an exterminator next year. So.
Well, I mean, again, this happened to me well over 30 years ago.
I still don't trust them.
All right. But I've gone with a smaller company now. I've got a copy of the insurance policy in my filing cabinet. Well, in a safe, fireproof safe in my filing cabinet.
Sounds good.
And every year when I pay for it up front, I get an updated version of the policy.
Way to go, man.
So, and this company, I mean, I see a cockroach climbing out of the overhead vent, out of a heating vent. I call them up, they're out within 48 hours.
This is going to sound really weird, but I lived in New York my whole life, and after I was, bless you, after I was 6, I didn't see any roaches ever in my apartment. Like ever, because we got a new landlord. He cleaned up the apartments, and there were no bugs.
Right.
Up until I was 16, and then I came to Florida. There's bugs fucking everywhere. Holy shit, this is horrible.
Down here, living in Florida, we see, my wife freaks out over palmetto bugs.
Oh, they fly. The motherfuckers fly.
Palmetto bugs don't bother me. You pick them up with a piece of tissue, you throw them outside.
You pick them up?
And they're not a cockroach. They're not that nasty little German cockroach that you get from dirty houses.
Dude, my house was immaculate here in Florida, and I still got a million cockroaches because of the neighbors.
Right.
You can't escape it. It's fucking horrible. I've never seen shit like this in my life. But palmettos, and if they fucking smell too. Oh my God, the smell is absolutely horrible.
My cat eats palmettos.
Oh, don't fucking say that. Don't let him do that. That's nasty. You get bit by one, it'll get hugely infected. They are so fucking nasty. And you laugh. God damn it, man. That's it. It's over.
Your reaction is my wife's reaction to them.
You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't mind them so much if they weren't so fucking nasty. They're like, they make that noise.
Oh,
Oh
Bishop,
my
now
God.
that's disgusting.
The noise?
No, Bishop says they taste like roasted strawberries.
Oh no, you need to kick him out of the fucking chat.
My
Hold
kind
on
of guy.
a minute. This motherfucker right here. No, this shit ain't gonna fly. Wait, that's no, motherfucker. No, I ain't going with that. Go ahead and laugh. I'm fucking serious. Where is this? Oh, and he doesn't have a wrench. Sorry, Bishop. No. You gotta go, baby. No. You're not banned. You just, no. Fuck that strawberry shit. God damn it. I am so fucking done.
What?
Nah, you know what my daughter did one time when she was like a toddler? She was like 2 or 3. And nothing used to scare her at all. Like, ever. Like, she was like the coolest bitch on the block. Nothing fucking frightened her. She came in the kitchen one night and, you know, we didn't have live palmettos, but we would spray. And sometimes you'd see dead ones on the floor when you get up at night because we had an exterminator. And one got stuck on her blankie. And I'm like, stop. And I was going to go get her blankie. And she's like, she picked it up like to say, what's this? Because she wasn't talking then. And she picked it up by a leg. And I'm like, put it down. And she threw it at me like reaction. Like she wasn't aiming. I was like, And I ran right the fuck, yeah. Not what you want to go through at 3 a.m. when you're getting your kid chocolate milk. I'll just say that. No, man. My kids are all kind of fucked up, yo. I'm like, no. God damn. Fuck palmettos. Okay, you guys gotta go. So
We were sitting outside eating dinner one night at a picnic table.
Oh no.
And had a badminton sitting there. And the wife come walking by, and I picked up a palmetto bug that was crawling across the ground, and I batted it at her.
Why would you do that?
Because it's funny.
Okay, Becca, you know what? Right there. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. She used to throw them at Kenny when they worked nights at Walmart. Okay, I'm not. You know, I was a battered wife, so I don't go. But you know what? I'm not saying I approve, but I would understand, okay? You can't be doing that shit to people. That's fucking assault right there, man.
Hey, I'm the guy, my grandmother was deathly afraid of snakes.
Oh, no.
And I wrapped a dead gardener snake around the door handle to the house.
Why? How old were you?
About 8, 9 years old.
Oh, you're a fucking awful kid.
And my grandmother she wanted to go in the house, and she would not go in because this dead snake was around the door.
I hope she beat your little ass when she got in the house. I really do.
She didn't have to. My mom did.
Good on her. And I hope she went in and beat it again just because.
Afterwards, my grandmother thought it was funny. Afterwards.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, she... my grandmother and I had a special relationship. And when we got older, we would, I would call her my favorite battle axe.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And she would just sit there and giggle at the thought of that. But my mom didn't appreciate it when she heard me say that about her mom, but so I'd never say it when my mom was around. But my grandmother, she loved me calling her that.
Aw.
So
Becca, they're very funny when they're wearing top hats. That's all I'm gonna say. You would do that shit to me one time. Stand your ground law is a thing. I firmly embrace it. And I don't think there's a jury that would convict me if I shot some motherfucker that threw a palmetto at me.
Oh man, I love it. Okay, I do have to go.
I know, me too.
Okay, next weekend we're doing books made into movies.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
That is going to be fun. That may actually turn into a 3-weeker instead of just 2.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Flowers in the Attic, y'all.
So, The Flowers in the Attic. I've never seen the movie, but that's beside the point.
They're good.
Never
They're
seen the
fun
movie
ones.
or read the book.
The book was disturbing, to say the least.
It was awfully good. It was just awful, but awfully good too. Yeah, it was so cringy.
Mr. Scott, Shawshank Redemption. That is one of the few translations of a King work into a movie that I would almost say the movie was better than the short story.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree with you on that one.
Gary was good, but I wouldn't say the movie was better. But yeah, you got me with Shawshank there.
It was pretty darn close, but see, if it had been any other, if the casting had been different,
yeah,
that gets blown out of the water. But because of the casting, I would definitely have to say it comes pretty damn close to being better.
And the character development in the movie was a lot deeper, I think.
Yeah. We're not doing next week's list now,
which is unusual for a movie. But anyway, all right. Okay. We know about next week. We've already covered that we got nothing going on until next week. I mean, my Tuesday stream, hopefully computers won't crash on me. This has been an extremely fun stream. Thank you guys for coming out and giving me a whole hell of a lot to laugh about. I am going to chuckle about this for hours.
Friday fun day.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, oh God, I got to start training a new girl tonight. We hired a new night audit person. And I get to start the owner's been training her for the past couple of nights. So tonight I get to train her in how things are really done.
Oh, lovely. I relate to that.
So anyway, thanks for coming out, everybody. All right.
Thanks for having me.
And this is a case where I'm seriously going to say, be with the ones you love and love the ones that you're with. All right. And we will talk to y'all later. Be good. Read a good book, please. Enjoy it.
Read a bad book.
Well, yeah, you can always read a bad one too.
Bye.
Be good.
Bye.
Dar?
Yeah.
You going to say
still
bye?
alive.
Bye. Already did.